All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Iconic Video Games Podcast. I am your host, Axel1324,
And I'm Death Dealer.
And I'm Doggy Dog 420.
and today we are joined by a very special guest, all the way off of his Xbox International flight, none other than Silent Cypher. Say hello to everybody, Silent.
Good evening. It's great to be hanging out with all of you guys. I'm so happy that we could make it work out schedule wise. Great to be hanging with you. Hello, chat. It's good to see you.
Yes, Silent Cypher. So you are the guest of honor, so you get to talk to us about you for a little bit. Yes, absolutely. So, Silent Cypher. Hold on, let me get this set up. Right there we go.
There we go.
So talk to us about your shows. Like, what do you do on your shows?
Oh,
What are they about?
goodness. Well, yeah. So we do a show called Xbox International on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. And we just kind of touch base on all of the recent gaming news in regards to Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, whatever. Where even though it's named Xbox International, we are kind of like console generic. We're willing to talk about whatever's going on at the time, whatever it is. But obviously, a couple of us are more Xbox preference. It's always an interesting thing to see, especially right now, just given everything that's been going on between PlayStation and Xbox in regards to just all the purchases, all the acquisitions, all the things that have been going on. So yeah, no, that's primarily my thing. Besides that, I hang out with Mr. Boomstick on Friday mornings, every other Friday on Double Barrel. So I hang out with those guys a little bit, and I'm also. What's that?
Shout out to Boom.
Yeah, shout out to Boom. He is a hardworking man doing that many shows in a given week. I gotta give anyone credit. Whoever's doing that, that's not easy.
Not easy at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then besides that, I started doing a show just a couple months ago with Fuzzy Belvedere and his wife, Ferocious Fee. We've started doing a horror movie podcast as well. Ooh. And so that's been a fun experience too. That's been nice to kind of shift away from the video game side of things and kind of go more towards the horror side, which is very dear to me. As we've been doing the show, I've discovered a bunch of movies that I had not previously experienced. So it's always a good time for me. It allows me to experience some different things that maybe I hadn't seen previously. And it's kind of fun to do like an action or a live action review with people and answer questions live as we're in the chat. It's just kind of a fun experience.
Absolutely. And by the way, can I just say I love the Brotherhood of Nod poster you got back there from Command and Conquer, baby. Yeah, the Tiberium Wars.
Yes, you know what, like that goes back in my history for video games. I spent so many hours, probably an unholy amount of hours, playing Command and Conquer as a kid, jumping onto dial-up and sitting there hearing that awful sound that we're all familiar with in the mid-90s. And then, trying to play multiplayer online with that video game. It's near and dear to my heart. I've got some other Command and Conquer memorabilia off to the side that you can't see, but yeah, it's always been a favorite to me. And of course, as I've gotten older, I've started to look more like look like Kane as I'm growing older, which is a little bit unfortunate for me, but at the same time, it's kind of cool because cool character. Even though he was
basically immortal in that show, in that series. So yeah,
he is
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I was more of a GDI guy myself, so
yeah, that's fair.
Even though I felt like Brotherhood had not always had the better tanks, like they had the stealth tank, the flame tank, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But I just felt that the GDI, like especially in Tiberium Sun,
yeah,
they had the MK2 tank. Oh my god, that was great.
Or oh, sorry, that wasn't number 3. That was oh goodness.
The MK2 was number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Tiberium Dawn, Tiberium Sun, and Tiberium Twilight. Those are the 2 big ones, right?
I continue to get mixed up over and over again just because like they never really had a great naming convention for those games.
Really? Like the Tiberium Dawn, the sun is coming up.
Sure.
Tiberium Sun, obviously the sun is out. Tiberium Twilight, the sun is setting.
They didn't have numbers with it, which I think, I guess it's a blessing and a curse, right?
Right.
Because you have something like in movies, you have something like Rambo 2 First Blood part. Like you have all these random numbers and stuff in some of these names. Command and Conquer's been all over the place. They've had so many games between the mobile and the desktop versions that it got a little messy over time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it today. So we're gonna start off here like real quick. Let's you know what? I want to hear just really quick from where is she? There she is from Death Dealer. She's back. Woo!
Hi.
Yes. All right, Death Dealer. What were you doing for the last month?
Oh, terrorizing.
Give me the Cliff Notes version.
Terrorizing the villagers and the
Yes.
masses, traumatizing kids so they'll need future therapy.
Absolutely.
You're welcome, community. I will.
Community outreach out there.
You're in business. Went to a bunch of other haunted houses and haunted trails as well, so I got to experience other people's visions.
I heard you scream so many times on those videos.
I did. I enjoy being scared. I like being scared, which is why oftentimes when you hear me scream in those videos, you'll hear me laugh right afterwards.
It's so funny. It's like it's like one thing.
Yeah, I found we did find a really good group. First house I've ever actually run out of. And not only did I run out of it,
because I know how that's like one of your rules that you hate.
Yeah, no, I don't do touching, but no, they didn't touch me. It was just it was a sensory overload, and it got to be like there was a section of the house. My mind went, we're done. I want out. Like, where's the exit? I want out, and I kept telling Dreadpool, and it's in the video, keep up, or I'm gonna leave you behind. And sure enough, a couple to the last rooms, I took off running, and he did not keep up, and he found me outside later after I had run away.
That's so funny.
But I will be going to see them again because I absolutely loved it. Loved it. I'm so glad. So no one's ever made me do that before. So I'm definitely excited to see what they do next year. I'm already plotting for the holiday season because people are going to be having haunted trails for Christmas this year. So I'm excited.
Yes, and speaking of her, there she is. You can see her in those haunted houses.
That's cool.
So this one is the last night of Omnidescent.
Ominous Descent. Yeah.
Yes. Look at these creeps. Oh my gosh.
That's pretty awesome.
And it's so funny because you hear her scream and just like laugh. I'm gonna play the audio. You know what? Dreadpool's not gonna copyright strike me.
No, he won't.
I think she just got scared right there. We just missed it. Hold on, you guys can hear it. Yes, absolutely. And my wife says that that he has Mikey's mask up there. He does.
Yeah, I see Mikey, Jason. Oh, you've got 2 versions of Michael and a Freddy. I like. Oh, and I see Alien. Nice. You got Mother.
You know what? I actually have. You can't see them right now because I moved them so I could have the Wolverine and the Alien one up there, which right down there on the bottom. But I actually have all 3 of the new Halloween masks. I've got Halloween 2 mask. I've got a couple others as well. It's just I don't have space for everything. at the moment, so I have to upgrade. I have to expand the collection because I actually just added the grabber mask from Black Phone this year as well.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice.
I
Beautiful.
love them.
I
They're
ran
too
after
good.
her. Did he run after you?
He did. He did. He had to. I mean, like I left. See, listen. I have said it many a times, and I will say it again. If we were ever stuck in a horror movie, Dreadpool will be the first one, if not the first person, to get slaughtered. Because he absolutely does not listen to the rules of horror movies. Like, he does not abide by the rules. If he hears a noise outside, even though all the windows and the doors are locked and it's outside,
I like how you keep stepping back on that part. She kept walking forward, you kept walking back. So fun.
This
So,
is real well
so
done.
did Tiny Giant joined you in the scaring people, right? This year,
yes,
was
did.
she having a good time?
Oh, she loves it. This is she's been doing it for a couple of years. She loves doing it. It's one of her favorite things to do. We actually got to take her to some of the haunted houses this year as well. She loved those.
I saw that. I saw some of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
there
theme park
are
ones. I
some.
saw those.
Yeah, there are some that we still feel, we still got to be a parent. We're not traumatizing her too much, only a little. Only a little.
Absolutely.
I don't want the kids blaming me.
We could keep talking about this all night long. I know.
Sure.
I know. It's insane, but
That video's real well done. That's real good.
absolutely, yeah.
Thank you.
So yes, welcome back, Dilla. We missed you.
Yay! I'm glad to be back.
Oh, we're glad to have you back so much.
Yep.
Let's check in with the iconic chat real quick, guys. Up first, we got Age. You're wicked hot. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, hey, what's up? What's going on? You're wicked hot. Let's see. We got Pink Piggles, the Diller's castmate.
Hey, Pink.
And she says, hey, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Of course, the MVP of my life is here. My beautiful wife, Louise Vian. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, Louise.
Let's see. Titan Drago joins us. Thank you so much for joining us, Titan. He says, yo, what's up? What's going on, Titan? Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Let's see. I saw someone else. I swear I saw someone else. There we go. We got the Game Complainers, Perry from the Game Complainers. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says the best show on Fridays. Absolutely. Be sure to check out the Game Complainers as well every Wednesday. And I think they're I forget the name of their PlayStation podcast on Tuesdays. We should check that out as well.
Dual Sense.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Dual Sense podcast. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doggy. Yes, absolutely. But let's get on with it. Oh, hold on. My wife wants to know, what was your Halloween character on Halloween Day? What did you dress up as, that dealer?
On Halloween Day, I actually was a victim.
Oh, so she played someone who was stabbed, I guess. Probably?
Yes. I was a slaughter victim. Tiny Giant went as Jason Voorhees.
Oh, that's
the
cool.
Cutest little Jason Voorhees and the smallest Jason Voorhees you'd ever see, but she looked.
Oh my gosh, you need to upload pictures onto social media so I can see them. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. It is Monday, not Tuesday. Sorry, Mondays is the Common Sense Dual Sense podcast. On Tuesday, he's on Gaming After Dark with Newcomb. That's right. Sorry, I got those confused. I apologize. My apologies there, Game Complainers. Did you dress up for Halloween, Silent Cypher?
Yes. Yeah, so I actually I dressed up multiple times because here's the thing, right? I dressed up as the grabber from Black Phone as my primary, but it dawned on me because Halloween ends up landing right around the same time as my daughter's birthday, so we end up doing her birthday party. And as I was thinking about it, it kind of seemed a little bit weird that I would dress up as the grabber at a teenage birthday party. So I was like, you know what? We're going to do something maybe a little more family friendly. So I ended up getting one of the Among Us characters. They've got those inflatable characters. So I ended up getting one of those costumes. which was it was amazing for me because everyone enjoyed it, and also you couldn't see through my visor. So as I was sitting there enjoying the party, I was able to sit there and play Balatro on my phone. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Balatro.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Balatro, the card game. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I was able to sit there and play that. No one could tell what I was doing inside of the costume. And so it was perfect. I could sit there, I could be present with the party, I could entertain people, jump around occasionally just to make people laugh. But I could also sit there and play Balatro at the same time, which was amazing.
That's what a game I really want to play.
Oh, dude, it's so addictive.
I've heard, but I'm waiting for it to come to my phone because I don't know, like I feel they say that they're gonna bring it to the phone, so I'm waiting for it to come to phones.
It's Axel, it's on there.
Is it already?
It's on there right now.
Hold on,
I like how
Google or
serious he
iPhone?
is
Hold
with
on a
it,
second.
and like how everyone else watching is probably gonna what I'm. It's on there. It's on there. It's almost like you're
okay. Here it is. Yeah, it's here. It's here.
Talking him into joining a call.
Because I just was looking for it. Like
drink
a month ago.
Axel.
You'll be
drink
happy.
the Kool-Aid, Axel.
You'll
drink
be fine.
You're gonna love it. It's gonna be the most amazing thing you've ever experienced.
Oh yeah.
No, it's on there.
I've been interested in Balatro since we had our guest. Jesus Christ! I apologize for forgetting your name. The gentleman that married Phasma.
Yeah, Tony Grasso.
Tony Grasso.
Grasso.
Yeah, Tony. Since Tony talked about it, I have been wanting to play it. Yes, I apologize that I forgot your name.
Yeah, I knew he loved it. I knew that's who you was talking about before you even said.
Yes, but
Phasma,
like every time I think of Balatro, I think of him because he hyped it up so much. I'm like, and I've been watching videos of it, and I'm like, I need to play it. But speaking of playing games, Death Dealer, even though you just got done, have you had any time to play games this week?
I'm still tearing things down right now.
So that's new. All right. No. All right. Silent Cypher, have you played any games this week?
Oh, goodness. I've been playing quite a bit of Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. I've been playing that a bunch.
PvP Zombies?
Actually did a little bit of both.
Okay.
But primarily just the multiplayer. The zombies, we did a couple matches of that and we got our butts kicked pretty hard. The zombies is a lot of fun, but it is definitely a challenge. I forget that the format that they do the zombies multiplayer in is just so much different than your regular. So it was good, but yeah, I think we did maybe 1 or 2 rounds and then all of us died. So primarily we're just playing multiplayer. I go back to the old days of the multiplayer stuff, right? Where it's just like team deathmatch. It's stuff like that where it's very much like shoot and kill. That's my style. And so anytime that you end up going into more of the objective based, you kind of lose me a little bit just because I'm so familiarized with that, hunt and destroy type of thing. Like even in the original Halo games, when we played those multiplayer, it was always that. And so that's kind of what I end up going to. Anytime you add more complication to the multiplayer, not so much my thing. I'm just a big fan of going and destroying the enemy. Yep, pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
My wife says Mr. Silent Cypher is also a horror fan. He is. He does a horror podcast. Yes. I think him and the ladies over there need to get together because I know you guys have been doing a whole Halloween theme this whole October. Yeah. Great show, by the way, on Sundays, Sunday nights. Game Complainers Perry says he's playing Call of Duty on Xbox tonight. My wife wants to know, do you use your voice for dubbing, Mr. Silent Cypher? He does, actually.
I do. Yeah, I actually I've done a few voice acting gigs over time. Done a few different things, nothing paid. Still working in on that. I'm trying to get my gig set up for that. but I've done a few different things. I've done a Halo 2 script read with Shane Bailey and some of my other friends on that side of things. Shout out to Shane.
Yeah.
I've done some other voice work for just some advertisement and commercial stuff for our podcast primarily. But I've been doing voice work actually for almost the last 20 years, which is shocking and scary to me. The fact that it's been that long.
I'm gonna send you a book, and I'm gonna need you to read it so I have it.
Oh,
Because your
absolutely.
voice would be like it's a zombie book, and the way they describe his voice in the story, your voice is what I would imagine it would sound like. So it'd be perfect. Perfect.
Awesome. I'm all for it. Anytime that someone's interested in a different voice or like a deeper voice or something, I'm always up for trying it out. You know, worst case scenario, I don't nail it perfectly, but I love the voice work side of things. It's fun. It's a challenge, and it's a fun change of pace. So
Absolutely. Let's see. I feel my wife says she feels like you're a singer. Absolutely. I don't know what's going on here. Kyron Wiley. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being it. They want Nod Rage. I have no idea what that means.
we're referring back to Command and Conquer, I assume.
I'm assuming too. I have no idea. Sorry, I'm old. All right, but let's get to today's show, guys. So today's show is all about action and adventure. So, you know, action games obviously have are based on more combat based gaming. You know,
Yeah.
So think first person shooters, think stuff like that, right? Whereas adventure games are more about the world around you, solving puzzles to traverse, getting if you need equipment or keys to move forward, stuff like that, right? So more puzzles, more things like that. So when you combine the two, you combine the puzzles with some slaughter, you know, and you end up getting some pretty good stuff. So today's topic is about action adventures, adventure games, and that's the way here at Iconic Video Games Podcast we are going to describe the action adventure genre. Basically, combat with puzzles, not at the same time, okay, but you know the game has to have both of them essentially. Even if it's light puzzles, it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
you're
doesn't
gonna
have to be
strict.
full of puzzles. Just
That's right.
pull
Yeah,
something
no
in
full
there.
puzzle. Did Death Dealer freeze, or is she just staring
Oh
into
shit!
my soul?
I did freeze.
She is frozen.
I don't
All
know
right.
what happened.
She's very angry at you.
I
There
was
we
like,
go.
why is
There
she
we go.
staring? She's like
Hey, and I'm
staring into
frozen.
my soul. What's going on?
I have no idea what happened. I was trying to change my background, so I guess this is like my cue not to touch the background anymore. So enjoy. I know I usually change it with the games, guys, but unless you want me staring into your soul for the evening, I'm just gonna leave this as it
I mean, whatever you choose, we're cool with.
is.
All right. So up first, though, is none other than Death Dealer. Death Dealer, what game are you going to talk to us about?
God of War.
What's that?
It's an awesome game. I really enjoyed the original.
Oh, the original. Oh, so I pulled up the wrong one. Oops.
Yeah. It's okay though.
My bad.
It's fine. You know what? I'll accept it because I like the other ones too. So really, can't go wrong with God of War. But the original is what got me started into it. It is a really good game. The remasters I thought were well done, and I would still and do still play it. I like the games. It is the reason the franchise is what it is today. So really, you can't go wrong. And so much slaughter, so much,
Yes.
and you get to kill gods nonetheless. How fun is that?
It is cool. It is cool. It is absolutely cool. Cypher, have you played God of War, the OG ones? Sorry, I didn't pull up the OG videos.
Yes. Yeah, I played the original ones. I really enjoyed those ones, and it's going to be probably a hot take for a lot of people, but I preferred the first ones. I wasn't a big fan of the newer versions. I felt like there were too many angry or sad dad vibes in the new ones, which, I'm kind of that as it is at this
You're
point in my
sad
life.
dad.
So, yeah, well, I mean, when you have teenagers, you're kind of a sad dad. It's just how it goes, right? But yeah, I think because of where I'm at in life versus where the original games came out, I connect more with the original ones. I was still working in the video game industry, working in the store at that time when these games came out.
Mhm.
And so I really enjoyed those. But as I've grown up, these ones came out as I was having kids. And so I feel too similar to the dad vibes in the new ones. So the old ones are definitely where it's at.
There you go. All
You,
right.
you know what I think with the new one, to me personally, the kid always reminds me of like the first few seasons of The Walking Dead's Carl. Get
Yes.
in the house.
Exactly.
Every time you tell him not to do something, what is it? He does it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then you tell like you don't need to know certain things for a reason. So what? He wants to go and ask questions. Like, I'm gonna need you to stop and have a seat, son. So yeah,
Oh,
I
hold
get
on.
it.
I think we
The
need to
original,
skip this scene. Give me a second,
much
guys.
better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
All right.
agree.
Sorry about that. Okay.
But yes,
Yeah. And by the way, today's videos are brought to you by World of Long Plays on YouTube and MK Ice and Fire. MK Ice and Fire. So shout out to those channels for providing these long play videos. Yes. Doggy, God of War, the OG God of War, the Greek God of War.
Yeah, I like the stories of these better. Yeah, like you guys said, you weren't sad dad in here. No, no baby little kid not
let's
listening to
just
what you
call him
say. And
Carl.
yeah, so
Chris?
I like the gameplay style of these better. There's more Devil May Cry stylish, So, and at the time when you're playing those, it was just, I was so into that anyway. Nothing against 2018 and Ragnarok, but I gotta agree with you guys too. This was just more my style. I love these first ones. I don't know what else I could add to you guys' input, but what a great pick! Great action adventure. Like I said, I just like the style of these better and the story, and no whiny kid that you just wanted to slap after a while, you little punk. So,
My
so
goodness.
yeah. Shout out to the first God of Wars; they were awesome. All of
Kids
them.
are dumb. Kids are dumb. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, these definitely have more puzzle elements than
And the
newer
puzzles,
ones,
yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
And they are way more violent and way more adult theme. I'll tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Chains of Olympus on the PSP is probably one of my better. Or is it Chains of Olympus or Chains of Sparta?
Yeah. I think it's Olympus.
Yeah, Chains of
those-
Olympus on the PSP. That's
Those
probably
PSP
one of my
games
favorite
were-
ones.
They were
And I
really
probably
good.
have good memories of that one because I took the PSP to Iraq and that's what I played. So yeah. So yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, great pick by the incredible.
Oh, great
Dylan.
pick. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. And that's why we're glad to have her back because she has awesome picks.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be back. While I enjoy terrorizing people and causing trauma, lifelong trauma, hopefully, I do enjoy my Friday nights with you guys. It also gives me a
Claire is
reason
gonna
why.
be like listening to podcasts one day when she's like 60 years old, and some lady is gonna be like, "When I was a little kid, I went to this haunted house and blah blah blah," and gonna describe one of hers, and she's gonna be like, "That was me." So proud of herself.
I've run into people that I've scared out of town. It's quite interesting when that happens. That's always fun. So yes, that would be me. I would be so excited. I tell everybody in the nursing home, they're just talking about me. That's me.
That's me. Yeah. Let's see. Dreadpool says I prefer the original ones, even the PSP versions. Yeah, they released a God of War collection. I think that even had the PSP versions on the PS4, if I'm not mistaken. I know they released the collection, and I might have.
I know I
here.
played on the PlayStations, but I couldn't tell you which PlayStations
Yeah.
I played on.
I have so many God of War. I don't see. I'm not going to look for it. Yeah, one of them has all of them, even the PSP versions on there. So yeah. But yeah, absolutely. Shout out to John907i. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, "Sup everyone? What's going on?"
What's up?
Silent Cypher, what's the first action adventure game you want to talk about?
Oh goodness. Okay. Well, sorry. I'll I'll probably take you on a bit of a story here, but this is one that I go back to quite a ways. I don't know if it's the same one that you have listed, but
Uh, maybe not. I
let's
don't know.
let's
Let's just
do
go
we
with it.
do we? Okay, so Hitman is one that I connected with. I never played it on PC, but I ended up shifting into it. They started bringing them to PS2 back in the day, and
Yes.
so I was playing those, and I was enjoying that quite a bit. But over the years, I kept going back to it. I really enjoy the stealth combat and the
Hmm.
action that's in those games, and I feel like especially the basically like the faux remake that they ended up doing for the series a couple, I guess it's probably like 7 or 8 years ago now.
Yep.
The new trilogy has been so good,
Hmm.
and I feel like if anyone hasn't played it, you owe yourself the time to go back and play this, because I think they're still on Game Pass. I want to say Hitman 3 plus the remainder, they're on Xbox Game Pass, and you end up being able to play like all of the maps that have come
Ooh.
out for the different games, and it's so good. Like the challenges that you have for each map, all of the different they have seasonal events that they do on a regular basis. They have specific targets that you're supposed to go out there and try and take out like in a given time, and they have deadlines for it too. Um, I just like how this game has evolved over time, and it gets me really excited about the fact that these guys are the ones that are in charge of the next 007 game,
Hmm.
because if you were going to add two things that from my childhood up until now that I've really clung on to, it's always been the James Bond series and the Hitman games.
Mm.
Um, Partly because I look like Agent 47 to an extent, but also
Similarities noted.
similar, yeah, yeah. But also, like it brings me back in a time. There's some nostalgia for me, and there's a little bit of emotional connection to me
Hmm.
uh, in regards to like 007, because both my father-in-law and my dad, who have both passed, were very into the James Bond series, and they always watched them. Like my dad always had the James Bond movies playing on TV, going into Thanksgiving, going into Christmas when they did the marathons and stuff. And so I was pretty much like baptized into it, right? I had the Roger Moore, I had some of those ones, like Timothy Dalton was one that I saw constantly growing up, but Pierce Brosnan was pretty much my James Bond when I started,
Yeah.
which worked out really well, right? Because we
Hmm.
had GoldenEye, so we had the movie and we had the video game, which was phenomenal. So yeah, I connect to it in a way. But Hitman, going back to Hitman, that's one of those ones where like even 20, almost 30 years later, I'm still with this series and I go back to it and it's a refreshing experience every time. Like it's something familiar, but it's something new at the same time, and they've done a really good job at bringing it up to date over the last couple decades.
Yeah. I can't disagree with anything you're saying. Shout out to we were talking about her husband earlier. Shout out to Prey Grosso. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. She says, "Hello, friends. Nice to see your friendly faces." Hey, thank you so much for being here. You are
Yeah,
the real
hi, Prey.
MVP. And yes, we were talking about Tony earlier.
Yeah,
I was talking about
and
how I haven't been able to
Delatro.
stop
Yeah.
thinking about Balatro since he talked about it on our show. So shout out to
So
Tony.
good.
Yes, shout out to Tony and shout out to you, of course. Yes, and please, guys, hit that like button. It really helps us get discovered, especially on the live section of YouTube.
Yeah,
We really appreciate all the help on that one, guys.
yeah, absolutely.
And let's see. And shout out to Back from the Dead. He says Blood Money is still my favorite. Yeah, Blood Money. Yeah, that one's pretty good. That one is pretty good. Death Dealer, have you played any of the Hitman series?
I have. I have. I do enjoy them. It is a lot of fun. Um, actually, funnily enough, um, I actually enjoyed it because of the thought of being an assassin. Just really spoke to me. So yeah, it's just one of those games that I gravitate towards. It's a fun game. They're fun games. They're real fun.
Hmm.
So I mean,
Yeah.
you don't always need necessarily a lot of brain power to play them. So it's fantastic.
Hmm.
And
All
of
right.
course, you know me. Any reason to slaughter people in a game, I'm in.
She is in. Uh, s- w- Silent, which way do you like executing your missions? Because I personally, my favorite way of executing missions is to make them fall. Don't ask me why. I just love somebody falling and like I feel like I'm executing a Final Destination type of maneuver on them. If I see them falling, then like, okay, now they're in the position and they get run over by a car, or now they're in their position and a tree falls on them, or something like that, right?
You know, that's I think that's one of the things that I appreciate the most of this series as it's continued to mature and as it's grown as time's gone on is there's so many opportunities and so many different ways to kill the target.
Yeah.
Um, be it explosion, be it a freaking ice cream cone to the face, be it an exploding golf ball, be it all these different things. Be it pushing them off of the Burj Khalifa in the most recent game, stuff like
Mm.
that. Like I agree 100%. I love pushing people off of tall objects in these games. It's
Yeah.
always enjoyable.
Yeah, like
Um,
that manhole. I would love to make them fall in that manhole. Like I
yes,
don't know why.
yes,
Like I'm just looking at it, and all I would be able to think about is like, how can I make my person fall in here?
yeah, and I think the only thing that bums me out is for some of the kills, like pushing someone off of a banister or a balcony or something like that.
Mhm.
I wish that they made the overreaction that we saw in Rainbow Six Vegas,
Mhm.
where, if someone got caught on fire, they freaked out. Like full on, they were screaming bloody
Oh my.
murder. I wish that we saw something like that in these games. There's not so much of that. There's like that, you hear a little bit of that scared breath, but you don't hear a scream or anything like that. And maybe that's talking more to me being a terrible person. Um, but that being said, like this is very much a game that I've always enjoyed. I think partly because of my horror movie growing up and just kind of being familiarized with that side of things.
Mhm.
So I play a game like this and I see it and I'm just like, that person didn't react the same way that someone probably realistically would act. But again, they've gotten better as time's gone on.
Absolutely.
The characters, like the recognition that something's changed in the environment around them is always something that excites me. And unfortunately, as I've gotten worse at games, as I've gotten older, I discover that I'm not as good as I used to be at hiding my pile of bodies as I'm working through these maps. But it's fun, and I feel like every map is a little bit different. I feel like because of technology where we're at now, you can play these maps over and over and over again. And even if you kill the same person, even if you hide someone in a certain garbage can or whatever, the timing,
The
everything
time.
that's built into the game
Mhm.
affects it so much more than it used to be. Everyone was on a specific routine back in the
Yes.
day. And now they've got that specific search cone where they're keeping focus on these certain areas. And so if something changes, like they know AI has gotten to a different point than what it was when we played these games in the early 2000s. So
Absolutely.
that's intriguing to me.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better, man. Doggy, the Hitman series. Have you played them?
If I played him, it's not very much, and I definitely can't summarize anything up as well as you guys have. So I'll pass. I'll pass.
All right.
On,
Well, there
for
you go.
interest of
Great
time.
choice,
Yeah.
though, by Silent
Yeah,
Cypher.
great choice. Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. The chat says, Pink Pickle says, I don't know if these count as action adventure, but I love the Quarry and I like the Dark Pictures anthology games. I haven't played them, so I wouldn't know if they do or don't count personally. But you know what? We're gonna count them just because you said them.
Yeah,
I think they count. But wait a minute, you didn't ask me what my
Quarry was
favorite way to kill people were in the game.
Do you have a favorite way?
I do.
All right, what is your favorite way to execute a
I
mission?
enjoy coming up behind people and choking them and snapping their necks.
With the fiber wire, I assume.
You can snap people's necks without it, though.
You can.
I like doing that. But yeah, nothing more entertaining than ambushing somebody and just snapping them. Okay, but carry on. I just wanted to share my favorite.
Moving
I felt
on.
left out. You asked everybody else's but me. I felt left out.
Sorry. No, that's a great way. I've personally never done that one because I like using the environment, but that's just me.
Now you can try it and tell me how you like it. You'll thank me later. Don't worry.
Pretty good.
Right,
It's pretty
thank
good.
you. Let's see. Pick Pickle says she also likes all the Sherlock Holmes titles. Yeah, those would be good adventure games. Yeah,
They count. I've been told they count. They count things.
Prig Grasso says, Death Dealer, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Yes. And she's asked, well, she says, nice to see you, Silent Cypher.
It's great to see you. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of folks recently. I feel like I've been very MIA. So everyone in the chat, I'm great. I'm grateful that you're coming to check us out. And yeah, I'm really happy that it worked out for the scheduling for me to be on here. I've missed all of you. It's been far too long.
So, I'm really happy we were able to schedule this as well. Thank you so much for being here. Game Complainer says he's in with Resident Evil. Yeah, that is definitely 100% action adventure.
Yeah.
And Zelda, 100% action adventure as well. And shout out to Just a Board Artist. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Says, thank you for serving our country. Axel 13 24. Hey, you know what? You're welcome, citizen. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than that. Let's see. Titan Drago says, do you have that tattoo of Agent 47?
No. Unfortunately, I don't have one. I've actually been thinking about it for probably off and on about 15 years.
That's enough thinking. I think it's time for doing.
Yeah,
well, do it. Do it on a charity stream. Do it. You'll get like $2,000. Do it.
Here's the thing. I've had multiple iterations over the time that I've thought about. Originally, I was thinking maybe I'd put it on my shoulder, and I would do a combination of the Assassin's Creed and the Hitman logo. But I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, hold on.
But Let me see. I've filled up the shoulders.
No, you need to put the barcode on the back of your head. And what you should do is have the barcode for like something really delicious and amazing. Like, what's your favorite food? They put the barcode for like Doritos or something on the back. That'd be hilarious.
I think you need to get
it amazing.
I think you also need to get it in glow in the dark ink.
Yes.
Yes.
But I think the barcode should actually be able to ring up for like one of your favorite foods. I think that'd be the best thing ever.
There you go. Make it the barcode to the first Hitman game.
I've thought about doing the barcode being something like that, but I also felt like it would be really funny if it was something that no one expected and it was something inappropriate, just to mess with them.
Oh my goodness!
You know, just so like if they
make it a QR code, so they scan it and they click it on their phone. Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny.
And thank you for ruining your search history on Google. If you ever do that, when I get a tattoo, you're welcome.
Dreadful says, if I'm missing, look in the trunk. There you go. I wonder if Mr. Doggy has tattoos. Do you have tattoos, Doggy?
Nope, no tattoos.
Tattooed, Doggy. Nope. You don't put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there you go.
There's never a better time. Hey, wait. Hold on. Are you saying I'm not a Ferrari?
Look here, Nissan. All right.
Nissan. A Yugo. He's a Yugo.
Look here, Datsun. All right. I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm just kidding. But we had a poll. Can you read the poll and the results?
Okay. Yes. All right. The poll was: is Silent Cypher actually Agent 47? 69% said yes, they have the same hair.
Dating.
30% said yes, they have the same eyes. 0% said yes, they have the same smile. And 0% said no, they look nothing alike. And I just want to say real quick, we have never seen both Agent 47 and Silent Cypher in the same room at the same time.
Good point. That
It's
did a good
true.
point.
I'm
Yeah,
just pointing that out for those of you who haven't known that. So
It's valid.
valid point.
You,
Yes,
you know what?
absolutely.
It'd
Hide your
take
kids,
me a
hide your
second.
wife. Did I say Datsun? I meant Lamborghini. So
uh,
oh
yep.
my goodness. All right. So moving on. So my first pick for the action adventure genre, I'm gonna go with my Bay, Lara Croft, and it's more specific the new Tomb Raiders. Now the old Tomb Raiders have more puzzle elements, but I feel that the new Tomb Raiders also did a really good job with the puzzle elements. Especially because they made some of them optional, like some of the tombs. The
mm,
actual rating of the tombs became optional, but man, were they a challenge, and I was in for the challenge. I really enjoyed this game because obviously you got the action with Laura Croft. She's got the guns, she's got the bow, she's got the flamethrowers. I had the rocks, I had it all, right? And I'm picking in specific Shadow of the Tomb Raider because it was the best looking one in my opinion, right? I just think the graphics on it, especially when that Jaguar first showed up, were just top notch 4K, especially because I had it on my Xbox One X. It was it was great. And so the Tomb Raider series for me is the a pinnacle of the action adventure games on this one. So the tombs are the puzzles, and on some of them, learning how to stealth eliminate some of these guys is a puzzle in itself, right? And then if you get caught, I love it how you can, like, cover yourself in mud and put yourself up against a wall and ambush them again. Like even the action is puzzly. It's so fun. See, so like here, that guy sees something and he's trying to come over. He's trying to figure out where she is. I love that. I don't know. I love the way that Crystal Dynamics did this new Tomb Raider series. I think they did it fantastic, and I love how the stealthiness of it all became a puzzle in itself. Not just the tombs, but the tombs are really where it's at too, where the difficult puzzles were. Like to this day, I remember I did some puzzle where like it was like a turning mill, and as I went up, like I had to get the mill to turn or break arms off and stuff to get all the way to the top. It was so awesome. I loved it. So yeah. So yes, and yes, dreadful. Dreadful. I like the original Twin Peaks. Yeah, yeah, that was definitely the tomb raiding we all wanted to do. So absolutely loved it. Did are you there?
I am here.
The new Tomb Raider series. Do you think it's a valid action adventure game?
I do feel it is a valid action adventure game. Um, I I might be one of the rare ones. I do prefer the older game,
Mm-hmm.
but it was well done. The new ones are well done, I think. But I do prefer the old ones. But they're action adventure, so good choice. Good game.
Yes.
Well
Thank
done,
you. Thank
sir.
you.
Well
Oh, there
done.
go
Well
the
done.
claps. Thank you. Silent Cypher. Tomb Raider.
You know, it makes me frustrated because I sent you a message and I told you when you asked me, you were like, "Hey, pick a few." Um, this was one of the ones that almost made the list for me because the new trilogy is phenomenal. Um,
Yes.
it's so good, and I really enjoyed the original ones, but these ones were just so much more fleshed out. The character development was so much
Mm.
better, and
One
I
continuous
really,
story.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, and you had those returning characters. You had so much there that you were invested in. So when these things happened, when these different events happened during the games, you felt something. I feel like you didn't really get that so much in the original ones. Like you were fighting against the dogs. I was always scared of those. That was probably
Mhm.
the most impactful thing for me, besides the puzzles. But these new ones, I feel like we were in a time with Tomb Raider where the story, the character, everything was very shallow. And then as we got to these new ones, there was just so much more there to kind of get you involved in that character and make you care about that character. And between the new puzzles, the new formula, the control scheme, which way better, the motion,
Mhm.
everything in these games, so much better. Camilla Luddington did an amazing job for the voice work for this. And
Mm.
I wish we would see another one with her in it because this new trilogy was phenomenal. Um, you could look at even the original Tomb Raider that came out, the new one of this trilogy, and even when they did the remaster of it, or when it first came out, visually it was stunning. And it
Yeah.
looked so good. Like it was one of the ones where it was a showpiece right when it came out. And even to this day, these games still hold up. I love them. I like I said, it almost made my top 3 list,
Mhm.
but preferences in other ways. But I love these. They're great.
Yeah, so I remember I played the original one, the new Tomb Raider one, on my 360, and then it released on my Xbox One as Tomb Raider Anniversary, I believe it
Yes.
was called, and I
Yep.
loved it, loved it. Doggy, the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I played one of these newer ones, but it wasn't this one because I just looked on True Achievements. I played the one that started out like in the mountains or whatever with the snow and stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Right,
Yep,
that's what I
Yep.
thought it was. But yeah, I haven't
yep.
played this one. That one was cool, and I'm sure it's kind of probably kind of about like this, but I did not play this one, so can't speak much on it. Sorry, but great
Nope.
pick anyway. I do that sometimes. I don't play a
Yeah.
game.
Every now and again.
I've missed a few. Yeah, I missed a
Yeah,
few.
yeah. Unfortunately, we can't play all of them ever. Sadly.
Oh yeah, I wish I'm trying this year,
I
but
know, man. I
yeah,
want to be a
I'm
streamer, a variety
trying this
streamer,
year.
just so I can play more games. Uh, Shout out to Courtney Puddle. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP.
Hey, yeah,
Courtney
what's
Puddle
up?
says, I like the first 2 new Tomb Raiders, but I don't like the last one. It put me to sleep. Hey, the last one did have a slower start than the first 2. I'll tell you that one. But
Yep.
once it got started, holy crap, man, was it good?
Yep.
That's all I'll say. So yeah, that is the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and that was my pick. But enough about me, Doggy Dog. What is the first action adventure game you want to talk about?
One of my favorite games for 2022 was Sonic Frontiers. I love this game. I loved it so much. I got the 1,000 out of 1,000 on it. I
Woo!
wasn't gonna stop till I got that. I loved it so much. And I love Sonic. He's just so great, right? How could you not? How could you not love Sonic? Yeah, this was the first a semi-open world, I guess. It's open zone kind of Sonic game, right? First open world entry into the series. So that was cool. Featured 5 islands. Kind of a tiny bit of the story there, like Dr. Eggman is trying to steal the ancients' tech, Chaos Tech, which were Chaos Emeralds. He tries to put his AI into the portal, which was her name was Sage. Started a whole big old robotic defense thing going on. Eggman gets sucked into cyberspace. Sonic goes with his friends to try and figure it out. Their plane gets sucked into a wormhole. So only Sonic escapes. The rest of his friends, Knuckles, Tails, and Amy, all get stuck in cyberspace. So, of course, you're going to be spending your time trying to rescue these guys, including trying to rescue Dr. Eggman himself, because his AI, who is your enemy, Sage, is going to be helping you along the way. But anyway, so this game has plenty of cool puzzles, plenty of variety in the puzzles, whether you be playing jump rope, because you all love playing jump rope, right? Stepping on certain tiles in a certain, in a certain way,
Yeah,
orienting
traversal puzzles.
statues.
Yeah.
Yep. It's orienting statues certain ways. That did get little mini games where he's playing pinball, because Sonic Spinball was stanky, but pinball
Oh
in here
my
was
god.
great. Oh, it's stanky. Yeah, it was so stanky.
Ah.
There was even a mini game that was like a shmup shooter. I mean, there was just so much variety in there. Yeah, you got to do all this. get your memory tokens, which I wish they kind of show some of this. The memory tokens you get by doing platforming sections within these open levels. You go fight mini bosses that'll give you gears that will let you go into these cyberspace sections that remind you of Sonic Generations or Sonic Adventure. Little side behind the third person and side scrolling all at once. They even had like Green Hill in there that I owed to the chemical plant. Those keys that you get for completing that, which is where he's at now, you get keys for that. So that's how you get the Chaos Emeralds, and you have to get 7 Chaos Emeralds per island to rescue a friend per island. So the first one was like Tails, the second was Amy, and that kind of stuff. These bosses you face at the end of these levels, these titans, and you have to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds to become supersonic, right? Because you're not going to beat these bosses not being supersonic. So that's where you're exploring to find all these Chaos Emeralds. These 3 Titan boss battles at the beginning of at the end of the first 3 islands is just amazing. You have to play them to know. Just some of the best music, some of the best boss music you'd ever mess with. The 4th island was almost made me give up. You had to climb up these horrible towers. Like they were making my hands sweat because you just looked like you were up in the air so high. And if you fall off of them, you have to start all over, like after about 15 minutes of climbing up into the air.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, this game, it just had so much variety. Like I said, so much variety of puzzles, mini games. It had fishing in there. What was his name? Big the cat? Big the cat?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a big cat was there. So you even had fishing in there. Yeah, it featured Sonic Speed. The combat was fun, which, was, you kind of like, how is it going to be combat in there? But the combat, they did a great job with the combat. The story was great with a kind of a different kind of ending, I don't want to give the ending away. There was a surprise ending. Yeah, just if you're a Sonic fan, you're going to love this. There's so much there to be a Sonic fan. It had its issues with pop-in, but I don't care, man. It was still fun. I absolutely loved it. And I highly recommend it to any Sonic fan. I think Axel has the game. I hadn't played it yet, so shame on you.
I do, man.
My man.
I bought more games this year and not played them than I ever have since college. This year has not been great for Axel gaming. Saying gaming ability, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I just love this game. I think I spent about 40 hours playing it just to get all the achievements. And I said there's just so much different there. You got side-scrolling levels, you got open world, you got puzzles, you got cool bosses, great music, you got Sonic, you got Amy, Knuckle, Tails. Everything's there for you to love. So, like I said, it's a great story. It's a cool story.
Awesome. And shout out to Notorious. Thank you so much for being here. You're
Hey,
the MVP. He says, hey, everyone, what's going on, Notorious?
Hey.
And John Onosona says, beautiful choice as usual, bro, doggy.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Death Dealer, Sonic Frontiers. Have you played it?
I have not played this one, unfortunately. It's one of the ones that I missed. So, next. Sorry.
Silent Cypher, have you played Sonic Frontiers?
Yes. I have. I played as much as I probably should have. No. I apologize.
Don't
apologize.
I played a bunch of the Sonic games back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Played a bunch of them. I even had it on my Game Gear back in the day, which was a lot of fun. But I kind of, after about Game Gear time, I kind of bounced off of the Sonics for a while, which has put me probably like 20 years behind. I did play a couple of the Xbox versions that came out recently.
Sonic 06.
Yeah. 06 was the bad one, right?
That was not great.
I like that. Yeah.
Sorry, that's the bummer about having camera, right? Is like if you say something terrible, it's like, ooh, it's hard not to hold it.
Yeah, I played it. It's there.
Yeah, you know what? I tried it. I was working at the game store at the time when that one came out, and I was excited. I was like, hey, let's try it. And I threw it in the demo kiosk, and I was like, this ain't it. So I shifted right past it, and I went back to Dead Rising because that had just come out within the time
Yeah.
when I had thrown it in. So, but
Fair
no,
enough.
yeah, sorry.
All right. And of course, as Doggy said, I haven't played it yet, but I want to. And just watching this and hearing my buddy talk about it makes me want to keep playing it. Makes me want to get on the ball here.
And you can just like this guy's doing. You're just speeding through this wide open world and just doing platforming and getting your memory tokens and everything. There's so much to do, so much to keep you entertained, and so many different ways. Like look at all the different vantage points and stuff that he's doing. You know, so I mean, there's so much here. There's so much variety. Like it's a little weird at first, and you're like, but once you start powering him up and doing that kind of stuff, it is so fun, so fast. Like I say it's got a few issues with pop in, but yeah. I lived through it.
And shout out to Splendiferous. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real
Hey,
MVP.
bro.
And he says, Gaming family, what's good? What's good? Hey.
Yeah, what's
You want to
good?
know what's good? Here, Splendiferous, I'll tell you what's good.
What is good?
You know, Doggy.
Yes.
Doggy. You want to tell Splendiferous what's good? Because guess what time it is, Doggy?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the iconic video games podcast proudly brings to you its greatest in the world. It's intermission time with Death Dealer.
Woo! Take it away, Death Dealer.
Are you guys ready and excited to find out what tonight's game is?
Yes.
Me too, because I have no idea what it is. Yay! So we're going to find out together. Axel, why don't you tell us what we're doing?
All right.
Yeah,
So,
let's go.
today's game is called Guess the Action Adventure Trailer.
Okay.
So I have a trailer
Yep.
that is blocked out. So all we're going to hear is the audio.
Okay.
Okay? And you have roughly 30 seconds to guess what that trailer is. Now, because there's a delay between the chat and us, we are not allowed to guess. So I mean Doggy, I mean Silent, and I mean Death Dealer are not allowed to guess for 20 seconds.
Okay. All right.
So
Fair
even
enough.
if you know, you got to
Do
zip
we
it.
have a timer?
No.
Oh.
I'll tell you when it's time. I'll tell you when it's time.
Okay. Okay.
I'll tell you go. I'll say go or something, right?
Sure.
And at that time, you can say what that trailer is, if you know what that trailer is. Doggy, you ready to keep score, buddy?
Yep. Give me some something to run on here. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
I was going to say, I have some paper and stuff in front of me if you need me to do it. But okay,
All right, here we go. Everybody ready for the first trailer?
Let's go.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm
Yeah, as
sorry
ready
this
as we're gonna
volume
be, right?
is
Yeah.
ridiculous, but I apologize.
It's okay. We're doing great.
Here we go. Let me do this because there's so many audios. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
Amazing.
You're not allowed to guess for 20 seconds. Remember.
All right. All right.
And here we go.
Look at this.
If you don't know what this is,
I was gonna say.
Hello there.
all right, 10 seconds have gone by.
The rebellion is reborn
All right,
today,
all right.
and I will not be the last.
And go.
Jedi.
Lego Star Wars.
Which one?
Remember,
Which one?
4.
be with you always.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Lego Star Wars.
Too late. Too late.
Yeah.
It was Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
That's it.
Oh, so it's the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have guessed wrong anyway. But yeah, no, that's a great.
Do I get half a point for guessing Lego Star Wars?
I guess you can get a half a point. Doggy,
Do
Yeah.
I get half a point?
All right, so we got lots of half a point. I think everybody in the chat and
Pig Piggle said Star Wars, but nothing
Yeah.
specific. Okay, Dreadful said Star Wars, nothing specific. My
Dread.
beautiful wife said Superman. And she
Yeah.
said she's ready.
So we got
You know
Dread.
what?
Ink.
I'm giving her 5 points for that answer.
Yeah,
That was
that's
amazing.
worth it.
I love you, Louise.
That's absolutely
You're
worth it.
fabulous, sweetie.
Death Dealer. Even Silent said it.
Yeah, so give them all half points here.
Who else here in the chat said it?
I guess I didn't realize how granular we were going.
All right,
You
so
know
we have to get the whole
Okay. Okay.
the wholeness of it, okay?
Fine.
Okay.
All right. We ready?
All right.
Yep.
All right.
The whole
Here we
thing.
go.
This
Next
time.
trailer.
Whole The whole show right here. All right.
All right. Now remember, you have to be specific. It has to be the specific game. No,
Okay.
no, franchises or anything like that.
Right, yep.
Specific game.
Got to have the
Cyber
whole
Below,
thing.
thank you so much for being here. You are the
Yeah.
real MVP.
What's up?
Cyber Below, tell me what game this is by the audio. Tell me what game this is. Are you ready? All right, everybody ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Here comes the next one. All right, go. Any
Final
guesses?
Fantasy 12.
All right, so he guesses Final Fantasy. Death Dealer, what do you guess?
1 Foot in the Grave.
1 Foot in the Grave. Doggy, what's your guess?
Dude, I know that song. I'm trying to piece what that song is that's playing. It's like a version of song, but I really actually some kind of Zelda game.
My daughter.
Nah, it can't be a Zelda game with that talk. Yeah,
No.
okay. Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Breath of the Wild. I knew I should have said that.
Woo!
I knew that
Oh.
music. I could tell the
All right, let's
music.
get
I
in the
should have said
chat.
it.
Give my wife a half a point. She said Princess Zelda.
Okay.
She counts.
And I
What-
saw that look you
Do I
gave
get a
me,
half
Silent
for my? Do I get a
Cypher.
half?
You
for
get a
my
half
Zelda?
a point, doggy. You
All
get a half a
right.
point.
Right
MJ
on.
Dark gets a full point. He got the whole thing. Shout out to MJ Dark. Thank you so much for
Good
being
job,
here. You are the real MVP.
I knew that music was all dun 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 dun. dun. I was like,
It was not Power World. Sorry, Pick Pickles. Dreadful. It was not Final Fantasy.
who got the whole thing here?
MJ Dark.
Dark.
MJ
Nice
Dark.
job. Nice job.
And
bro.
I saw the look you gave me, Silent Cypher, when I said 1 Foot in the Grave. No, that is not a game that I'm aware of. I just didn't know, so I was just, I figured I would say something. It was better than nothing. Okay.
You said that, and I was like, wait, what? What?
As far as I know, that's not a real game.
I don't
yet.
think it is. No.
Yet.
And,
But
shout out to
hopefully
my
a game
beautiful wife.
developer will make one now.
She says, this song, my husband plays it a lot. I do. MJ Dark typed it in twice just to do it. And she goes, I knew it. MJ Dark says, Silent, you are a bad Nintendo expert.
Oh, I
Hey,
am too.
John
I'm
so
done
nice.
with that.
What games you play,
I mean,
bro?
He's right. He's right. I am definitely not a Nintendo expert.
All right, so that's going to do it
Not
for this
these
intermission
days,
time.
yeah.
So remember, Death Dealer, the intermission time is guess the trailer.
I will remember now.
All right.
Listen, I think this is going to be the new thing. We need to start you guys need to just not tell me what the game is so we can just continue. I think it's a fun little thing to do.
I think it's fun to tease you.
I'm on board. I don't mind. This is a friendly teasing.
Yes.
I'm okay with it.
I like Pink Pickles here. If it's Final Fantasy, I'm ready to guess every number like the last time. I think it's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, there you
She
go.
guessed every number except the one it was. Shout out to Pink Pickles. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. So back to Death Dealer. Death Dealer, what is the next action adventure game you want to talk to us about?
Okay, and now I'm on 2, right? Right.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, number 2.
Okay. And we are going with Super Mario Odyssey. I feel it's a nice action adventure game. There are plenty of puzzles you have to solve in order to get some of the stars and things. And obviously, some of these are set up like mazes. And I love Mario. Can't go really wrong with Mario. And it is one of the better games, I think. And I still play this one today. I've beat it numerous times and continue going back to it. I love it. So if you haven't played it, I feel bad for you, and you really should get on that.
Oh man! Oh no! Cypher, is she gonna feel bad for you?
She's probably gonna feel bad for me because I may have played it, but I honestly don't really remember.
I'm just putting this back up on the screen.
We're talking Odyssey. I grabbed it. I don't know if I even still have it.
Boo.
Sorry. The last one that kept my attention was Mario 64. So we're like,
This is like Mario
30
64
years.
on steroids, bro.
Okay, I can't
know,
blame
I
you for
know.
that because Mario 64 was awesome.
Well, that was the thing, and I know Dark is gonna criticize me in the chat for this, but here's the thing.
He's already doing it anyway, so
Yeah, he's gonna do it anyway, so I may as well just go for
Go for it. Go for it. Let's hear
Go
it.
for broke. Let's do it.
Here's the thing. Nintendo has stopped being creative with their formula.
Oh my gosh.
They
Me.
they stopped around mid 90s when they brought out Mario 64. And pretty much every game is pretty much it's been the same thing over and over again. Maybe add or subtract one or two features. And I can't blame them because Nintendo has sold a ton of consoles. So they're continuing to support their business. They're able to support the business. So I can't blame them for not wanting to reinvent the wheel. But at the same time, like the Marios that I grew up on, I feel like each one that I tried, be it the original Mario or Mario 2 or Mario All Stars or like some of these different ones as I was growing up into the early 2000s, I'll give them even. I feel like it changed the formula a little bit. It added some new features, but I feel like everything that we've seen for the last 2 decades roughly has kind of been just a lack of return on investment. There's really not been a lot of change. You could say they innovate, but at the same time, adding one or two gameplay features but charging you full price for it, I'm not a big fan of. It feels like the last couple games that they've released have been more like DLC instead of full versions of games. Sorry, I'm people are going to be angry about that one, but it's just I feel like Nintendo of the 90s and the early 2000s are a way different Nintendo than they are now.
I agree on some points, and then I disagree on others. But that's the good thing about the market. There are so many different games to choose from. You don't have to like every game just
True.
because everybody else likes it. And
True.
I mean, I do agree. 64 was their Mario game for Nintendo 64 was probably one of their best games. I wish they would re-release it on newer consoles because I would kill to get my hands on it. But I'll take what I can get.
So in regards to that, the question that I would ask you is: would you rather a Mario Kart 8 remaster, or would you rather a new Mario Kart with actual changes? Because at this point, Nintendo is only giving you a Mario Kart 8 with modifications over and over again.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Mario Kart has not really changed much at all. I would appreciate something entirely different with that particular because, yeah, Mario Kart has pretty much been the same thing for a very long time. Yeah. So I wish they would do a little more with that. But again, it also goes back to, I don't even know. I think I've only bought the one Mario Kart in ages, and I haven't missed anything on them.
See, and I keep saying that to a couple folks off the books. I won't name names because I don't want to do that. But at the same time, like, we have conversations, and I'm like, it's the same thing over and over and over again that we've gotten for the last couple decades. And if you're going to charge me $60 to $70 for a brand new game cost, I expect more to be there, right? Like, I feel like Nintendo has gotten into this habit where because Nintendo fans will just buy it no matter what, they don't put as much effort in as they used to.
No,
and you can disagree. I totally get it, but at the same time, I look at their trajectory over the years, and I feel like they haven't put as much effort in because you look at something like the Nintendo Switch. They
Mhm.
hit around 150 plus million consoles sold. So what's their motivation to the the recipe, right? For
Mhm.
those things. Like they may as well just release the same thing over and over again with a slight tweak because they already have 150 million install base.
Mhm.
Interesting.
That's
Interesting.
true, but
Uh,
and other defenses
let's.
though too. Other games do the same thing. So Mario's
True.
not
Yes.
really the only one that's
100%.
guilty of it. But also the
No.
consumers are kind of allowing it because we continue purchasing it, even
Yes.
though we know it's the same games.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Unfortunately, yeah,
All right.
you got a point.
It's a hard thing to accept because it's rough and it's like we love it because of the nostalgia, but
Yeah,
at the same times we hate it because we wish they would do something more engaging that would excite us and make us, motivated as a fan of that brand to like jump back in, right?
yeah,
It's not the same as it used to be. There's not as much change as we used
Mm,
to see.
yeah.
mm. Okay.
No, I agree.
All right. So Doggy, they're talking crap about your favorite console of all time.
Oh,
This
this is mute.
generation.
This is music to my ears. Silent Cypher, he knows, man. He is winning me over, man. I always knew you was a good man, but man, you're even a better man than I am. I guess.
Oh,
Um,
that's great.
Oh man. Oh, but Mario Odyssey, Doggy, have you played it?
I haven't played Mario Odyssey. I mean, I played Mario 64, but I wasn't even really a fan of that one. My last favorite Mario game was Mario World. The best Mario ever was Mario
Yes.
3. Nothing's ever going to be better than Mario 3. Mario World was close, but Mario 3 is better. Yeah, he had some good points about the whole Nintendo thing, but I don't have to reiterate that. Yes, give us a remake of the original Mario Kart on Super Nintendo. That was still the best too. But no, I haven't played this, but it did really good, and I'm sure it was an awesome game if you really got into it.
You
So.
got the
I
chat
can't speak for
going, Cypher. You got the
Yeah.
chat going. Let's kick in with the chat before we
Hey.
move on, right?
I'd never even get up going
Every-
like that on my Nintendo 8.
every time it's surefire. I'm gonna anger a Nintendo fan no matter what.
Oh,
But
you haven't heard me yet. But I'm gonna catch it up with the chat first. Let me catch up here.
Sure.
MJ Dark says Mario Odyssey is good. Absolutely, it is. Let's see. MJ Dark says, "Let's go. Mario's the GOAT. He absolutely is. No one compares to the GOAT." Let's see. The best way to trigger Silent Cypher is talk Nintendo. John 079 says, "Real cozy. Absolutely." Let's see. Pig Pickles says, "I love the throwbacks to Mario 64 and Odyssey. They made the feel even creepier." Oh,
Eel.
there you go.
The
Eel. The
eel.
eel reader. MJ
Yeah.
Dark says that Silent Cypher was spewing lies. But my beautiful wife says that she agrees with Silent Cypher.
You've got you a real
Yep.
heckler in
There
the
we
in
go.
the crowd.
Yes.
I always do. But you know what? It's all fun.
Oh, it's all fun and games. Yeah,
so
it's all fun and
Absolutely.
games.
It's all fun and games until someone's feelings get hurt.
Let's see.
Yeah.
MJ
No.
Dark says Nintendo
kidding.
has still been bringing out amazing games. Absolutely agree with you, MJ Dark. 100%. Me and you, buddy. Me and you. I might have to mod you here.
Don't give
shout
him
out to
any
Purple
more
Haze.
power than he gets.
Shout out to Purple Haze. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. And by the way, you can catch Purple Haze every now and again on the Xbox International podcast. She's awesome. Be sure to check her out. Let's see. My beautiful wife still. I agree with Silent Cypher. Splendiferous. Holy cow. This is the longest sentence I've ever seen. Splendiferous. Right. Oh my god.
Wendy, darling. My.
Splendiferous novel says Silent Cypher. Yes, it has been very busy work. A lot of overtime. This is the first Friday in a long time I get to be home playing games with the kids. There you go.
Nice.
Let's not forget Mario Galaxy. Oh, so fantastic. So fantastic. John 907 says Mario is gold, bro. Nintendo sales show that crap. So yeah. Corny Puddle says, I agree with this hot take. Old Nintendo was better, but new Nintendo's still good. MJ Dark says they did release Mario 64 for the Switch. They did. And
Yeah,
Super
they did.
Mario, 3D All Stars.
But I think that was
That's
pretty
not
limited,
the
right?
same.
Like
it was a
if you
limited
did-
time buy.
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
have that by now, you're probably not get it unless you pay
No.
a ton of money on eBay.
Yeah,
No,
by
and-
the time I knew about it, it was already
Right, it's already
forgot
gone,
about
yeah.
that,
Also, you
because
buy
I
a
didn't
copy
even
for
know about
$200.
it.
I'll
And
sell you my
here's-
copy for $200. Just why
Here's the key point, which it goes back to me, kind of pointing to the fact that Nintendo is very greedy. They didn't change anything to that version. They didn't change anything. Why did they not change anything? Because they didn't need to. You were going to buy it no matter what. It's just what it is. It's Nintendo has gotten to a point where they could sell you something that says Mario on it, and it wouldn't even be a normal Mario game, but you'd still buy it because it's Nintendo. We don't have the seal of quality like we had back in the mid 90s, early 2000s. They put something out, they expect you to buy it. You will buy it because you know the brand, you're nostalgic with it, and that's what it is.
Yep.
It is. It is. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Purple Head says, "Wait, Silent Cypher criticizing Nintendo. Say it ain't so." Deadpool wants to know, do you want Mario Kart in London? Purple Haze says, "Wait, are we talking about Mario Kart or 2K, Madden, Call of Duty games? Confused."
Like I said, quite a few games are guilty of the same thing, and we, the consumers, only have ourselves to blame because we continue buying
That's it. Good points there. Yeah.
I know how Purple Haze sounds. So, Death Dealer, can you flirtily read this?
Hey, Doggy Dog 420. How are you?
By the way, that's not how she sounds, but I thought it would be hilarious.
No, but it's great. Hello. It's great.
Hello, Purple Haze. You're awesome. Thank you.
Purple Haze.
I'm sorry, Purple Haze. I don't mean to tease you. Okay, let's see. Is anyone crying out for Mario Kart remake? I don't think so. Let's see.
I'll take a Super Nintendo. I'll take the Super Nintendo remake. Yeah, for sure.
But,
MJ Dark says that's unfair, Silent, because what has changed about certain games? Mario Wonder, Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy are all innovative versions of Mario.
No,
okay,
because you're literally adding one or two functions for each game, and you're charging someone $60 to $70 per. It's fine if you enjoy it. Sometimes, here's the thing, right? Like I'll try and not be too surly, be my old man self, but we all have those nostalgic feelings on certain things. And I get it. Like, I totally get it. There are certain games, like, if you gave me an XCOM that was the exact remake of the original game again, I would buy it. I get it. But at the same time, if you're charging $60 or $70 for that over and over and over again, but you add a new feature, like, it reminds me of Tron Legacy that we saw back in mid 2000s. Where they literally made the joke, kind of cracking fun at Apple, right?
Right.
Where they're like, "Well, what's different?" And they're like, "Well, this year we changed the number to 15 instead of 14." That's how I feel like Nintendo is gone.
Oh my gosh!
And
so you can tell this is talked by a guy that is not playing the game. She's just criticizing them.
Yeah, I
play them. I play them.
It
doesn't resonate with me.
All right, let's see. Let me catch up with the chat real quick, guys. I'm just gonna blast through all these rated. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I want to get off of this. Let's see. Yes. Pink Pickle says yes. Mario 3 is my all-time favorite game.
Yes.
And shout out to Purple Haze again. She's saying, just enjoying catching you all. First time watcher, recent viewer. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, we might have to get you on the show. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Why not? Yeah.
I see your podcast too. I mostly lurk on a lot of these podcasts, by the way, guys.
A lurker.
I am a lurker.
I'm a lurker.
100% lurker. Let's see. Zelda Echo is a good example of lack of quality. The performance dips are rough. I've heard the same about Brothership. Oh. Okay. Enough of that. All right. Mario Odyssey. So this is on my backlog. It has been for a long time because, again, Axel just doesn't have the kind of time he has. But I want to play it. Trust me. I do. Because, one, the other talks so highly about it. It sounds so much fun. And two, because I love Mario. I think Mario's awesome, and he's been awesome for, 40 years now? 45 years at this point. Yeah, that's right, Silent Cypher. Pay respect to your elders.
That's fine. It's fine.
And so, it's the same guy just running around collecting coins and beating up the same bad guys and all that good stuff, but in new and innovative ways with new power suits and in new areas, which is totally what I love. But I do feel that, when you're the GOAT, when you're the best platformer there is, everybody's catching up to you, right? Everybody's copying you, right? What if let's just say we replace Mario with a robot, named Astro in this level, and oh my god, the innovation! But really,
Okay.
let's just be honest here, okay? Because
Astrobot did it
while
better.
that game is also great, right? This is the inspiration. This is the goat. This is where they're trying to catch up. Just saying, Silent Cypher. Just saying.
No, I feel you. I mean, Sony is also grasping at straws right now, and they're trying to figure out something to actually sell a video game.
They're mimicking the goat.
Like taking packing games out of a
They-
new console box and
Yeah.
the whole game. Yeah.
No, it's you release a game, you release a game that completely fails, and
I never knew your game was going to do this to us.
sorry.
I'm here to
keep going,
help.
Silent. Keep going. I just wanted to throw that little.
You want
comedy
me
No,
to
you're-
think about it.
entertainment. I am that.
You're good. You're good. I'm the video game. I'm the Eeyore of video games.
The Eeyore. And
Oh,
Jonathan
I don't know.
says Mario's timeless, bro. Absolutely, he is.
Oh, he is timeless.
Oh my gosh, look at how the gold. I want to be like Mario.
I can't play Nintendo Switch games and stuff because then the door that I have propped open with the Nintendo Switch would
Yes.
Thank
you.
Yeah, the door
Thank you, doggy dog.
Yeah, I don't get good. The air conditioner doesn't circulate right if that door.
No. If I moved my Nintendo Switch right now, it would be really cold in this office. So why would I move it from over there in the corner? Seriously.
Yeah, just for the sake of playing one of these games, nah. No.
Yeah.
I prefer my comfort over.
They're hating on our switches. They're hating on our switches.
Look, you know what? If you guys don't want them, just send them over here.
I know. If you
will
don't want it,
happily
I'll take it. I will take it.
them.
No, the door won't be open anymore. I may as well just play the game. I may as well just play the game at that point in time.
We'll get you.
All right. Well, you know what, Silent Cypher? Why don't you tell us about what action adventure game is way better than Mario Odyssey?
Okay, well, you know what? I will. Because Deus Ex is infinitely better than Mario is. Because the characters actually have storylines besides plunging someone's poop-filled toilets. You
When
can't
does
disagree with me
Mario
there.
actually plunge a toilet in any of those?
Exactly. So if he's a plumber,
not a good
if he's a plumber and he's not doing any of those things, then what are we doing?
Well, no one said he was a good plumber. He just
Okay,
was
so
part of
then-
his job.
Yeah. Versus Adam Jensen, who is very effective at his job and has a bunch of biomods, which makes him effective at his job. Versus Mario, who has a rubber and wooden plunger still in the year 2024. So I'm just saying, like, Adam Jensen's a better character. There's more character development. The characters around him are more engaging. No, sorry. In all seriousness, Deus Ex has always been a big one for me. You know what? I never played the original game. Like at the beginning, I ended up playing Invisible War on the original Xbox, which, it's hit and miss. A lot of people were not super keen on it just because it wasn't as good as the original, but it was a really good game. And it introduced a lot of people who had not played the PC version to the Deus Ex universe.
Mm-hmm.
And that shifted us into Human Revolution in the Xbox 360 era, which was phenomenal. Like the amount of detail, the amount of customization for your character, the biomods, all that stuff. Like it was a really good game. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have already played that game at this point in time, but if you've never played that game, it's definitely worth playing because not like a Mario game, there was actually a lot of customization and changes that happened with this game. There were a lot of biomods and new things that were added to the game, along with the fact that it was a much more open world than the original games were. And so it felt like it was worth its time in the fact that they really put a lot of effort in to make this a new. Oh man, sorry, I literally just saw the screen. So good to see the video. Um, dude, it's such a good
Good.
game.
It
It's
is a
such a
good
good
game. I
game.
agree with you.
Yeah, and it's like I having been someone who's had a ton of different surgeries over the years, the idea of like surgeries and stuff that like make you more functional and make you like a superhuman, something like that I think is kind of cool too.
Yes.
Um I wish I could say that I could jump like a 12-foot tall fence at this point because of the surgeries I've had. Unfortunately, I can't. But again, the character development with Adam Jensen, the characters around him, everything was really engaging. And I feel like the stealth mechanics in this game, like I know we have stuff like Splinter Cell, which obviously Sam Fisher is, above and beyond. He's one of the best ones. But
Hmm.
Adam Jensen was always a good one, and I really enjoyed the voice acting on this one because the character, like the person who did the actual voice acting for this, knew to make this character feel slightly human but more robotic.
Mm,
And it's I don't know, it resonated with me.
that's great.
Yeah, sorry.
Absolutely. Death Dealer, have you played Deus Ex?
I have not. It looks like an interesting game from the video, but I haven't played this one, so sorry,
Okay.
I have no opinion. Next.
Doggy, have you played Deus Ex?
I'm a Death Dealer there. Looks like a really cool pick. Great pick.
Oh
But I haven't played it, so I
no.
can't comment either.
Hey, listen,
Maybe
Doggy,
sometime in the
Doggy and I
question.
have this thing. Well, it's usually just Doggy that never plays the games.
Yes, I only play the games
Unfortunately,
I play.
I have now decided to join his team of I've
Yeah,
never
yeah,
played a lot of these games, but
yeah.
I'm here for it.
so
So
I
We're
bought.
still here to support you and your
yes,
cool game that we haven't played. So.
I think
we're a
Deus
very supportive bunch.
Ex. I think Deus Ex launched back in like the late '90s on the PC,
Yes. It was
and I think back then it was
95.
like one of the first games for Windows games, if I recall my copy of Deus Ex, where it had the code on the CD, if you remember. And so I remember playing Deus Ex back then, and I loved it. Oh my god, the fact that your suit could be modified to help you was so much fun. And then being the little pirate kid that I was back in the '90s, I downloaded mods and cheats and all this stuff that gave like I remember back then a lot of these files were controlled by .ini files, and I would find the INI file on Deus Ex, and it's like, oh, your stealth mechanic only lasts for like 10 seconds. I'm like, no, it lasts for 300 seconds or something like that. I would always modify that INI file
Yeah. Yeah.
and just make this game so much better. Like Deus Ex was so good. It was good without hacks. It was even better with hacks. And I played the crap out of that first one. And then I grew up and I had to get a real job and stuff. I didn't have that much time anymore, right? And I ended up not playing Human Revolution for a long time, And then I started it, and then I stopped because I had something else to do. Because when I finally got time to play games, I was in college, so I was like, oh no, I got to study. So I picked it up, I started it, but I never finished it. But I want to. But I am so sad that Ubisoft, I think it's Ubisoft that owns this, right? No.
No,
Who owns this?
this one was Square Enix.
So yeah, sorry, Square Enix. Thank you. But I think they sold this because it was part of their Western division. That's what I was getting at, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sad that they sold the Deus Ex franchises. I'm sad that they didn't keep it going because man, it's so good. It's so good. Like, it is definitely up there with Sam Fisher and Solid Snake style, but more, like I don't know what to say. Like, you have to play it. You have to experience it. It is a hard game to describe to you because you can go in there guns blazing if you're modded enough. But some missions require stealth, and that's a puzzle in itself. So yeah, 100% a great action adventure game. So yes, love it. Let's see. I'm not posting some of that stuff, Dreadful. Jago Kukin says Deus Ex Human Revolution was fire. Absolutely, it was. Shout out to you, Jago Kukin.
Hey,
Thank you
what's
so
up,
much for
bro?
being here. You are the real MVP. So yes,
Jago!
absolutely.
Jago.
So let's see. Let's move on this show to my pick of the next action adventure game, and I am picking Batman Arkham Asylum. Now I know all the Arkham games are great, but I'm gonna pick Arkham Asylum because this game redefined the superhero genre for a reason, and it made you feel like Batman. Not only were you awesome at hand-to-hand combat, like this guy is doing right here with a great combat system, but it also had a detective mode where you had to do some investigations on the fly. You had to use your gadgets in certain areas. You had to upgrade your gadgets. Some of the bosses, you needed your gadgets. Like you couldn't just beat them up. You needed to use your intelligence to beat them. The action adventure game was all there, and the fact that it had stealth elements, it had action elements, it had puzzle elements. It was an amazing action adventure game, and it perfected the superhero genre for that is still being used today. Today, guys. They're trying to break away from the Arkham formula, but I'm telling you, man, there's no messing with perfection like Mario. There's no messing with perfection. The Batman Arkham series to me is amongst one of the greatest action adventure series of all time. But this game being more linear than the open world games that we got later on, just makes it feel more of a pure action adventure game, if you know what I mean, right? The Arkham Asylum game, it starts off so good. The story's great, the combat is great, the graphics are great for the time. The gadgets are great. The detective mode is great. It's a 10 out of 10 action adventure game. There's no denying that there, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Let's check in with Death Dealer. Death Dealer, what do you think of Batman Arkham Asylum?
Oh, it's a good game. Love this game actually. They did well. They did well with it. I like the Arkham games though too, so I am partial to those. I do enjoy the storyline, and I like the fact that every once in a while there's things hidden in the background, so you do have
Yeah.
to pay attention to things, or you can miss things. So it is a good game, and it very much is a puzzly and action. The action is always awesome. So
My favorite part is that there was like a puzzle that wasn't solved for 20 years in this game. So that's also awesome. Silent Cypher, Batman Arkham Asylum. What do you think as an action adventure game?
Such a good pick. Yeah, this game, we had some other ones. We had the Arkham City and we had the Arkham Knight. In that trilogy. This one was the best one, I feel like, of that trilogy myself. City was cool, but the problem is you ended up shifting to a more wide wide area, like in regards to the city and everything. And granted, we ended up seeing that later on with the games. Like they kind of went a little bit more open world.
Yeah.
But Arkham Asylum was so good because it was just linear enough. It kept you on the focus between the story and some of that traversal throughout the island and everything. It was really, really good game. It makes me sad because Asylum, I really enjoyed, and I played through all of that one. I never got through Arkham City because it felt like it shifted just enough away that I wasn't as interested. And the couple times I went back to it, I'm sure you guys have run into it, but it's like you set a game down, you come back to it later on, and you don't really know where you're at. And so you're just like, well, I'm going to try and figure this out. I'm going to try and work it out. I'm going to do whatever. I was facing Penguin, I think it was, in like this little section.
Yeah.
And I got stuck. And I don't know for sure if like the game got messed up or if I just was missing the cue or what. But something stopped me in the process of that game. And I was like, all right, well, I guess this is where I'm at. But Asylum, like when I started that campaign and I worked through the story, I couldn't put it down. And that was because between the Joker, between Batman, and the character dynamics that were there, it was so good, and it matches up so much to the movies that we've seen over the years too. It was always so enjoyable because that Batman and Joker dynamic were just so tight,
Yes.
so solid. So
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with everything you're saying. I didn't get stuck though, but yeah. But yeah, for some reason in this game, this is the only game where you fight Killer Croc, and it was such a good fight, such a good fight. And yeah, Doggy Batman Arkham Asylum.
I haven't played this, and I played some of the city one. This is you've talked about this many times. You got me a little moist, like wanting to play this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
oh
it looks so it looks so good. That Nemesis system and everything. The combat just looks awesome and everything. I've just never played it, but it's just one of those. I don't think I'll ever get around to it because the backlog just keeps building and building and building. But I would really like to play this. This looks so cool.
It's so good, bro.
Yeah. Once again, Club Doggy misses out on another
Club
classic.
Doggy.
Hey, that's how I do it.
That's right. That's how it rolls.
That's how
I do just want to touch on the point where Silent Cypher said, when you go back to play a game, it's been so long you forget where you're at. I've done that to a couple of games myself. I usually just get frustrated and then restart the game from the beginning because it's like I have no clue what I'm supposed to be doing or how I do certain. I hate when that happens. So I share in that.
I think the thing that sucks the most about that is if you're like a good bit of the way into the game, right?
Yeah,
and so then it's like, it's so hard to get motivated to be like, yeah, I'm going to work 12 hours back through this game to get to the part where I was at. That's a struggle. And I feel like this game, the Arkham City one especially, that one came out at a time where we were finally starting to see so many games come out that you couldn't keep up on a regular basis with all the different releases. So you'd play a game for a little bit, you'd come back to it, and you almost inevitably had to start it back over. So yeah, I feel your pain. That was a time where we had so many games coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Batman. That's a Batman game, guys. Let's see what the chat thinks of Batman. Corny Puddle says Asylum was such a great game. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, the Telltale games are great, but those are not action adventure. We're on action adventure today, Jago. Thank you so much.
But that Telltale Batman, those two games were awesome though.
Yeah, they are really awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
They did.
Arkham Knight is really good as well. I don't care what anybody says. Agreed. John 907 is next.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that Arkham Knight isn't good, right? Like, I mean,
some people talk trash about it, man, but whatever.
Oh, it looks like excellent. It looks excellent.
Yeah, everyone has their own gaming preferences.
Right, exactly. Absolutely. Yep.
All right, Doggy, talk to us about your next action adventure game. Oh my gosh, it's having trouble loading. Okay, there we go. Yeah, talk to us about your next action adventure game.
All right, so I went with a favorite from 2022 earlier. One of my favorites from 2023. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Man, this game is. I was kind of a little timid to try it at first because I got plenty far into Fallen Order, right? Mm-hmm. And then I ended up getting lost because of that stinking map. That map sucked in Jedi Fallen Order. Some people might not agree, but it sucked, and I got lost in it, and I was just aggravated with that. It's like, no, I don't even want to play Survivor. But I believe it was my man Jago talked me into. He's like, man, just play this dude. The map's better. This and that. He was right. Yeah, the map's great. You can place waypoints. It actually shows where your objective is. Yeah, they did such a better. So that right there just made it a million times better. Skip story deal. But just like, okay, the combat in this game was great. You feel like a true Jedi. And it's not like you have to wait through the whole game to feel like a true awesome Jedi, right? Cal starts out with the skills that he had from the last game, and so he starts out as a bad man, right? So you're already a bad dude. You're already whooping people right out of the start. So you got 5 different stances. You got like the single wield or the single lightsaber, dual lightsaber, dual wield. Where with the blades on both sides, which
Yep.
those from the first game, and then they add what's that cross guard or something like that, which is more kind of a slow style. I think Axel would kind of like this style because it's more of a Souls, like it's slower, heavier, and it depends more on like parrying and dodging and kind of stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
And then the best of the game is the blaster stance, which lets you have, of course, the blaster and your lightsaber. So you got close range and far range. I mean, I can't beat that, right? You know what I'm saying? So you can pick 2 of these stances to have at a time, and you can switch them at these different meditation points. And certain ones, kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, certain stances do better against certain enemies. So you want to go in strategically into these sections, make sure you have the right stuff. The abilities the Cal learns, I love the pace at which they give you these. Like he'll learn like an air dash, or like this thing where he goes to like this green portal, or the wall run, or the grapple, and all this stuff. They give it to you at certain points, and it's perfect how it like, okay, so you can't get to a certain point, but yet you can come back. It's paced so well. If you played the game, you know what I'm saying. They give you those abilities at a cool pace. The puzzles are great, whether they be environmental, platforming, traversal, that kind of stuff. Great puzzles in this game. The boss battles were awesome. And they were pretty tough. I'm sure I didn't play this on Jedi Master, but I'm sure if you played this game on Jedi Master, it'd be tough as nails. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're in for a good challenge, like I said, I don't know if somebody in the chat's played on Jedi Master and how hard it was, but it was, even the boss, plenty of exploration. So you could go get more skills, go get more, what were those called? I can't remember what those were called. Perks. And that's what you're looking for. You find these legendary monsters and you'll get better perks. And of course, you're going to get better. The fast travel was awesome. Glad they added that. That was not in the first game. Any meditation point that you hit, you could then fast travel to these different places, which made going back to get anything you wanted easier, made exploration better. Tons of collectibles, tons of fun. I want to go back and do some of the extra stuff, the extra content in this game. I just haven't did it, of course, because the backlog just stops me from it. But I'm telling you, it's like, this was so much better than Fallen Order, and I just enjoyed this so much. The story was so cool, plenty awesome twists. And if you're a Star Wars fan, I mean, you're gonna love this. So, and if you liked Fallen Order, you'll like it too. Like I said, I didn't finish Fallen Order because that map was trash. So that's better too. But man, this game was so good. So good. Try it out. If it's on your backlog, don't leave it on the backlog. Play it. Play the game. Play the game. You'll be glad you did, man. So, and it doesn't overstay its welcome either. It's not like it's a 100-hour campaign, like it's perfect on that too. So, and the returning characters were awesome, and just, it's all you could want. If you're a Star Wars fan, this is good for you.
All right. Awesome, doggy. Awesome. Let's check it with the chat real quick. Jago says, yep, I forced Doggy to purchase it.
Yeah, I thought it was
he's talking about the cross guard stance. Okay.
Cross guard, yeah.
And then, shout out to Noof Nukem, boom, boom, kaboom. Noof Nukem is in the room. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. Shout out to Noof, guys. Shout out to Noof.
Hey, Noof.
Let's see. Death Dealer, Star Wars. What is this one? Jedi Survivor. Jedi Survivor.
I have not played this one at all.
Club Doggy. You're in Club Doggy.
Yep, Club Doggy this time. Sorry, guys. I've played some Star Wars games. This is just not one of the ones I've been able to play. So next,
Silent Cypher, Star Wars.
Oh man, I'm gonna disappoint you because I have not played that much of this one. Because when I first picked it up, it was a train wreck when it came to functionality and bugs and stuff. So I've not gotten back to it. I want to. I haven't gotten back to it just yet.
Did that to me too, Silent. Like I was some part of the game, and it was like usually it was pretty good at giving you save points, these meditation points, and that's where you save, you know. But I had run a big part, right? And I had it in the 60 frames performance mode, and that sucker crashed on me. And I was like, dude. So I played it in the 30 frames, and it looks just great in the 30 frames. It was just fine in the 30 frames. I think they fixed that performance mode now, I believe.
They did.
But yeah, it was a train wreck at that point. But playing it in 30 frames, it still looked good, and it did. It looked excellent. It was probably better played that way because the graphics just looked better. So yeah, the environments look great. Just great Star Wars environments and stuff. But yeah, that stinks that stuff just playing it. You know, like
I mean, it is what it is, right? Like most of the games nowadays release. They have a couple updates before they even get to the point where they're actually compatible. They're functional, right?
Yeah.
So it it's a bummer, but it's like I get it. You know, things happen. It's kind of just how it is nowadays. They release them as they are. They update it. It gets to a good point within about a year, roughly, and then you're good to go. I haven't gotten back to it because right around the time where they started updating it and they said, "Hey, everything's good," other games came out. So it was bad timing. But I loved the first game.
Oh, if you loved the first,
I've really been looking forward to going into it.
You should go back to this. You would love it. You would love it so much. Like,
Absolutely.
Man, well, especially once you get to that last dance, that blaster's dance. It's just so cool. I don't know. It's pretty awesome.
Noof says these games aren't as good as the Force Unleashed, in my opinion. I think the Force Unleashed was more of a pure action game than an action adventure game.
Yeah.
So we're talking action adventure here today. Nothing against the Force Unleashed though. Let's see. I only played in 30 FPS mode, and it was fine at launch. All right, well there you go.
Right, yeah, that's why I went to. Like I said, you didn't even. Never did. Once I switched over to that, never did I think, oh man, this is awful, man. In 30 frames, you know, it played fine, you know, so. It just didn't crash anymore, which was I didn't want that to happen. So
right. So I haven't played this game. It is definitely in the backlog though.
Get it out of that.
Maybe one day I'll get around to it. So yes. All right, but with Doggy, with all that being said, guess what time it is?
Round 2 of America's favorite podcast segment. That's right. It's intermission time with Death
Woo!
Hi, everybody. And now that I know what we're playing tonight, I can tell you the game. Basically, Mr. Axel's going to play some music, and you guys are going to try and guess what game it's from. The panel has to wait a little while because we hear it first before you guys, of course. So good luck, Godspeed, and I hope you get at least somewhat closer guesses than some of us.
All right.
Good luck.
Good luck, everybody. Okay.
We've got a close matchup here. We've got a close matchup here.
Am I entertaining while we wait for music to be pulled up? Is that what we're doing? I got this.
No, we got this. Doggy, sum up the score.
Yeah, we got MJ Dark with 1 full point. You got me with 1 full point. And we got Louise, Silent Cypher, Death Dealer, Pink Piggles, and Dreadpool with a half point.
Yes.
All right. So here
we're going to win.
The trailer, everybody. Guess the trailer. Everybody ready?
Yay.
Right, remember, you guys aren't allowed to guess until the 20. I'll pause it and get everybody's guess real quick. So we all take a guess.
And yeah, chat, throw your guesses in the chat there, and you might win a special prize.
Name that game, and it has to be specific. Okay, specific. So you can't say Final Fantasy. You got to tell me which Final Fantasy.
He's trying to guess with the specificalities. I see what he's doing.
All right, here we go.
And this will be an action adventure game too, right?
Action adventure game.
Action adventure game. Yep.
You ready? You ready?
Let's go.
Ready?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Ashley, run!
The entire world shall overflow with these grains.
What's happening to me?
Now, abandon your body.
Leave the girl. She's lost no matter what.
Now that he has chosen death. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
All right, Denton, which game is it?
Resident Evil.
Okay, Silent Cypher, which game is it?
I was going to say Resident Evil also, but
Oh, if you think that's what it is, yeah.
4?
Okay.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Silent Cypher?
Resident Evil 4?
Okay, Doggy, what game is it?
Honestly, I have no clue.
All right, Doggy's not voting. All right, here we go. We ready?
Probably say something.
All right,
Mario Odyssey.
Thank you.
here we go. It is Resident
Oh!
Evil 4.
Oh!
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
All
Silent
right, let's see
Cypher
the
with a
chat.
full
Let's see the
point.
chat. So,
okay.
Noof Nukem gets a point.
yeah, Dreadpool got 0 points. He called Final Fantasy Tactics. It's not Far Cry 6.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Notorious got it.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, Notorious had it as well.
Yeah, horror game. Yep,
Oh, yeah, you
yep.
did.
There we
Yep,
go.
okay.
Noof
All
got
right.
it. Resident
Yep,
Evil
Noof.
4. Yep.
Noof.
Nice.
Noof with the point. Notorious.
And Death Dealer got a half a point. She got a half a point because she did say
So-
Resident Evil.
I now have 1 full point.
So Death Dealer
Check
has
me
a full
out.
point.
Yes.
Oh, we got 5 people in a tie right here. Did anybody else get Resident Evil 4 in that? We got Noof, Notorious.
No.
No. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Everybody ready for the next trailer?
Let's
Oh,
go.
wait,
So-
Diego, I appreciate your comment. It very much. Yeah, I believe you're correct. It did sound like a supernatural thing.
It was. It's Resident Evil.
Should we give him half a point for being that
No,
creative?
no, we don't give a half a point for that crap. Get
The
out of
thing
here.
is from the TV show Supernatural.
Give him a quarter point.
Quarter point. Take it with quarter.
Just
Yeah,
kidding.
there we go.
All right, here we
We
go.
give
Next
him
one.
1/8.
Everybody ready?
Eighth of a point. There we go.
All right, here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go. Let me pause this because there's a lot of audios on my site. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Everybody ready?
Let's go.
All right, guess that game. Get ready.
To fulfill the promise we made. No matter the darkness, nothing will stand in our way. Again.
Oh, that was
Let's do the name, that game.
That was awesome.
God of War Ragnarok?
Silent Cypher, name that game. Turok?
Yeah.
Okay. Doggy, name that game.
Man, I kind of want to go with what Death Dealer said there. I kind of had that voice. So-
Right. So come on.
Ragnarok, yeah, Ragnarok, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Voice wasn't right.
Oh no, we.
Oh wow.
Ah
Hey!
man!
You
It
were
was
so close, guys. Okay,
Man.
so let me check in. All right, so give yourselves a half a point.
Okay, all right.
All right, Dreadful went with Final Fantasy Tactics. No, give my wife a full point. She got God of War.
Okay,
Yes.
so hold on. So me and Death get another half, and we
I
got
should
another.
just said God of
point.
War. Damn it! Why did I have to say Ragnarok? I was so close.
Yeah, that was good. That was good though. Yeah.
Yeah.
That voice. Yeah. So okay, so Louise got a full point.
Yep, Jago Kukin got a full point.
Jago got a full point. He's at 1 1/8. Okay.
And Noof Nukem got another
And
full
Noof-
point. He got God of War. Cool. Yeah.
Actually, Noof come in here and he's leading.
Noof is
he's
I think
leading.
Noof might
Yeah,
just
he's
take the lead.
leading.
He might have just taken the lead.
Yeah, Noof is leading by a half a point over me, Louise, and Death, and he's leading by 7/8 of a point over Jacob.
Let's see.
Shenanigans.
Pink Pickle says, I'm worse at this game than I am at guessing covers. Oh, my beautiful wife, shout out to her. She says, I am cool. Absolutely. Dreadpool says, God of War remake. Yeah, I guess so. But... All right, guys. So that is the
Oh, that was
intermission
round 2.
time.
Okay, yeah, that was round 2. Yep.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. What do you think of the intermission time so far there, Silent Cypher?
It's good. It's good. I heard the voice and I was like, okay, maybe that's God of War, but at the same time, it sounded like it was too high pitched for. Yeah, I don't know. It's good.
So there you go. Deadpool's still saying God of War 2018, being super specific. Yes, but it's already been revealed, sir.
Yeah, that's good.
Stop
Good guess. Good guess.
cheating.
After it's already been revealed. Yeah.
Good. Everybody do this with me. Ready? Are you ready, everybody? Good. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
After
Absolutely.
it's been revealed. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody. All right. Death Dealer, talk to us about your next action adventure game, or your last action adventure game for the day.
Yes, my last action adventure game that I will be speaking about for the evening is none other than American McGee's Alice Madness Returns.
Oh,
It is action adventure with lots of puzzles in between. You definitely have to use your thinking and critical skills for this, but it is an amazing game. Graphics are awesome. Um, just the storyline's awesome. Honestly, there isn't really much about this game that I don't care for. I do really enjoy this game a lot. It is really well made, honestly, in my opinion. Everyone else can have their own, and you are entitled to your wrong thoughts, but it's a good game. So,
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Splendifer says, "Are we playing my game?" I have no idea what your game is, sir. Please remind us. And Jago Coogan says that God of War sounded a little high pitched because, well, he was younger in that game, Silent Cypher. Yeah, that was pre chemo. Let's see. Shout out to RGZ. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, "Hit that like and subscribe button." Absolutely.
Hey, he's right there.
Please do.
Listen to that.
Fantastic pick. Silent Cypher, have you played American McGee's Alice Madness Returns?
Yes. I've not played all of it.
this doesn't sound promising.
Apologies.
He's about to take a squat all
it's gonna
over
be
it.
another Mario situation, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I'm leaving if you're going to talk smack.
Rest assured, it's not a Nintendo situation. No, I played the original. I really enjoyed that one. I just haven't played all the way through Madness Returns. I just installed it again recently on my Xbox. I just haven't, for some reason, played it. Sorry.
Okay. There you go. Doggy, American McGee's Alice Madness Returns.
Right. Okay. So I remember you talking about this like a while back, and I'd played the Madness Returns, the first one, like this is like a DLC to it or an add-on to it, or
Dreadpool. When Dreadpool sent me her list, she just said Alice. So this is technically the first one I'm showing. This isn't even Madness Returns on the screen.
Oh,
this is not Madness Returns on the screen. This is just Alice.
This is just American McGee's Alice, but it's okay because they're both amazing games.
Yeah, I played Madness Returns, or but it was free. Yeah, whatever that was, that the McGee one.
It was on EA Play. It's on EA Play. It's on part of EA Play on Game Pass.
I had the first game, and you guys said it was free if you already had it, right? And I was like,
yep.
No way. And I went and I was like, yeah, it really is. I downloaded. I just never started it. But no, I enjoyed the Madness Returns game. I just haven't played this part of it or whatever. Like, I don't know what the difference, if it's still just like an add-on to it, if it's still kind of the same kind of thing. If it plays
so this is just Alice. This is the first game. Madness Returns is the second game. So what you're seeing on screen is the first game.
Right.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, and I haven't played that. But yeah, if we're talking about the first Alice game, then I guess I haven't played that one. But I played the Madness Returns, and then there's some McGee game or whatever. I downloaded that you guys said to get, but I just haven't played it yet. But I need to play it because if it's as fun as the other one, then I really enjoyed that. Madness.
There we go. I'll fix it. This is Madness Returns. Okay.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. So. No, so the McGee thing, I haven't played that, but it's downloaded, it's ready to go. I forgot I even had that. It's just I need to put that on my pins as something to get going on. So
absolutely, you need to get on it, buddy.
Great pick. I haven't downloaded. I need to play it.
All right, let's see. So RGC says, "I think Death Dealer is a beautiful lady. Respectfully, excusez-moi." Excused? I think. I don't know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So this game was so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All ladies enjoy compliments. Thank
There you
you.
go. Let's see.
Right,
Jingo
yeah.
says, I actually started playing this game earlier this year and I was enjoying it, but never finished it. I got to go back and finish it. Definitely do, buddy. Definitely do. Let's see. Let's see. Noof says he hasn't played it, but he definitely should. And Purple Haze is in. She says, I might give the Alice game a try. Thanks for the rec.
Yeah,
You definitely
yeah.
should. You definitely should.
Yes.
Honestly, I think both of them are really good. So if you're into action, adventure, and puzzle games, I highly recommend both of them.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yep.
That Madness Returns is the superior game out of the two because
Hey, listen, you don't even have to play both of them. Pick one or the other. They're both good.
Yeah,
They
Madness-
stand alone on their own.
Yeah,
Perfectly
Madness
well, I
Returns
think.
was so awesome. Yeah, it was.
And
good
I think
stuff.
the art
Yeah.
style just went so high on the Madness Returns compared to the original Alice. The original Alice was great, and then Madness Returns was like on steroids. It's so much more fun, in my opinion. And I love Madness Returns. So I remember playing Alice on PC as it came out on PC first, back on my PC days, and I remember playing Madness Returns on the 360. Was it the 360? Yeah, I think it was the 360 that it came out on. So yeah, American McGee's Alice is definitely great action adventure games. Great pick by the amazing Death Dealer.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's see. My beautiful wife says she is beautiful lady.
Aw, thank you, Elise. You're amazing. You're beautiful too.
She is. She is.
It also takes
no lies detected there, right?
No lies detected.
It takes one pretty lady to recognize another, my love.
Absolutely. Silent Cypher, let's move on to you. And your last action adventure game that you want to talk to us about.
Okay. Well, just like the rest of them, I have a history for this one. And it was one of the first games I actually played with the PS1 when the DualShock came out. Because prior, we only had the regular controller.
The D-pad.
This was
crap pad.
Exactly. So this was one of the first games that actually utilized the DualShock controller. Metal Gear Solid 2, I ended up actually finishing right as I was losing my first pet, which really sucked. But it's one of those things where it's like it stays with you, right? Metal Gear Solid 1 specifically, but Metal Gear Solid in general, such a good set of games. Hideo Kojima did an amazing job on these games. The character development, granted, the cutscenes were definitely way too long in some situations, but it was always interesting. Like, Hideo Kojima has a very unique style to his games. You look at Death Stranding, you look at these, you look at, I mean, granted, we didn't get to see PT and see how that was going to actually form out, but Hideo Kojima always has a very specific style to his games, and these games were so good. The characters were really awesome. You were always engaged in what was happening with these characters. Yeah, I don't know. I've always really enjoyed these ones. As I said, I obviously have some sentimental nostalgia just because of situations in my life. Funny thing, and this might be terrible, but the very first game, Metal Gear Solid, on PlayStation, when it came out, I remember it so well because my parents bought me a PS1. Yeah. And I got Metal Gear Solid day and date, which I was not old enough at that point to be getting that game. But my parents, God rest their souls, both of them had 4 kids previous, right? So by the time I came around, they didn't really care as much about restricting PG-13, rated R, mature games, stuff like that.
This explains so much right now. You have no idea.
It really does, right? And incidentally, actually, my brother, my second oldest, Shout out to Covert Reaper. He actually got me into horror games, horror movies, stuff like that. He introduced me, I think, initially to Phantasmagoria back in the day. Also,
Nice.
so he was a horrible influence to me. But that being said, it's where I am today, right? So just like him, my parents were very lax on this, and I remember it was my birthday request. I was like, "Hey, you told me you're getting me a PS1. I want to get Metal Gear Solid, and I want to get 5 pounds of Mike and Ike's."
Good old
Metal
Mike.
Gear Solid and Sugar
Yeah,
Rushy.
that's-
Good
Yeah.
old yes.
Stayed up all
Good old-
night for sure.
Good old Mike and Ike's. And so, as you said, stay up all night, right? So I had a few friends over. We sat there and we proceeded to play all the way through the original Metal Gear. And we managed to finish through the entire bag of 5 pounds of Mike and Ike's that night. And so, like, in the morning at like 9 or 10 a.m., we were all wired because the amount of sugar that we had just consumed.
The sugar.
But we had also just gotten to the point where we're like, well, wait, what happens? Right. And this was in the time where, unless you had a strategy guide or something, you had no idea if there was other endings or anything like that to the games.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ended up going back through and playing through the game again almost immediately after to do the other alternate ending. And so it's one of those ones where it's like it kept me engaged constantly. And now, granted, that could have been partly because of the sugar intake, but the characters, the gameplay, everything about this game was really cool. The memory card shenanigans that they pulled on the game, it was a moment in time that we don't experience at this point anymore. Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, Death Dealer, Metal Gear Solid.
I didn't actually play this one. Next. Sorry.
Damn
Doggy,
it!
Metal Gear Solid.
Club Doggy.
Club Doggy didn't play it. All right.
Next. We're doing
I think
great.
this is a fantastic action adventure game.
Make a good time here.
Not only was the action in this game great, but the stealth mechanic in it was great. I remember having to hide under a tank for a while.
Yeah.
And it was so puzzling, like the puzzle, like it's about to show the Psycho Mantis fight. And the fact that in itself was not just an in-game puzzle, but a physical puzzle in real life. Because I could not beat this guy. I could not beat this guy for like a week. And I remember going to school and talking about how I was stuck with this guy. And they're like, oh, dude, you just got to put the controller in the player 2. And I'm like another controller or my controller? Like, oh, no, you can do your controller.
Which, Axel, something I want to point out, like this, again, this was not at the point where we had the option for YouTube walkthroughs or
you
stuff
talked
like
about
that.
it at school, like I did. Yeah.
You literally, on the back of the instruction booklet, they told you the codec number for some of the characters.
Oh, really? Huh.
We had no idea. We had no idea
Yeah.
because that wasn't a thing at that point in time. Like it was one of the first times that someone had actually engaged with the game like this with the person playing the game. It was unique.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the puzzles were great, the action was great, and it has that typical Kojima, which was, it was almost like a reward to get so far because you get this long cutscene, right? And then you played for a little bit, and then you got another long cutscene. It set the action adventure genre on its head. I mean, it was so good. It was so good. This game, this one, and Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 are like that trilogy is just so good to me. Yeah, this is a fantastic pick, and I use this one, the Metal Gear Solid, the first one, specifically because of Psycho Mantis, because I remember like struggling with this guy, and I could not solve the puzzle on how to kill him for a long time. And action adventure games, the way we're describing them, are action games with puzzle elements, right? And that to me, that was like the ultimate puzzle element. Like if you could get me stuck for a week on a puzzle, that's a damn good puzzle.
Yeah.
So it was fantastic. Great pick.
Back when you had to work hard.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah.
Had to get off my butt and get to the controller and unplug it and plug it back in.
You couldn't just type into YouTube, "Hey, I'm stuck in this spot."
Yeah,
Help me."
how to beat Psycho Mantis or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like that wasn't a thing. You had to go get your Prima strategy guide
That's
from
right.
the game store, or you had to purchase it online.
Or you
And if
had
you
to
bought
get
it
like the official
online-
PlayStation magazine or something, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and so you had to wait between, like, if you ordered the strategy guide online, you had to wait at least 2 to 3 weeks because they'd send it media mail, or
Yep.
you'd purchase it on eBay and you'd be stuck for like a month and a half.
Yes.
And so you just had to keep banging your head into the wall over and over and over again to figure out what the solution was, unless one of your friends suddenly just randomly figured it out.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's check in with the chat here. Our RGZ says, "Cool, Silent Cypher. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5 right now." Absolutely. Jago Kukin says, "I love Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation. Great pick, Silent." Absolutely, he is. Kojima's a master brain. Besides Metal Gear Solid 3, I never understood his games. Jago Kukin has a secret you may have not done. You could stare at Meryl's butt in this game and make her blush and talk crap to Snake. I did not know that. I did not know that. I did not know
Dude,
that.
there
was
were-
in there.
There were some terrible things both in the first game and also in number 2. Primarily when you were in the tanker at the beginning of the game. There was a poster that was in one of the lockers, and you could do things that we will not talk about here. And if you did those things, Otacon would actually call you on codec and be like, "Snake, what are you doing?" It would call you out in the
That's
game
so funny.
and make you feel like you were a horrible person. It was pretty great.
Now I wonder
It's so great.
I wonder if Cool Cat Terry happens to know that, Jago. I wonder if she knows that trick because she's into butts. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, she might actually know that.
Die.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Bring it up
There's
on
two
Sunday. Jago.
people
Bring
in
it up on
there's
Sunday.
two people in this world that know that. And it's
I'm
Jago and
dying.
Cool Cat.
All right, let's see. Let's move on here. RGC says, "I like the Silent Cypher fella. He's aight." Let's see, guys. I don't see enough likes. Hit that like button. Absolutely, please hit the like
what's
button.
up
It helps
with
us
that?
get discovered.
Yeah.
Splendid Difference says, "Metal Gear Solid is the ghost." Oh, is the goat? Sorry, is the goat.
Go, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
It's a ghost also.
The boss battle with Sniper Wolf, it was legendary. Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh.
Fantastic. Let's see. What happened to Splinter Cell? Splinter who? We're not talking about that, John 79. No, I'm just kidding. We only have a few games to talk about. We might do a second set of.
because like Jago, I think you passed over that. Yeah, he said which maybe it'd be one I talk about. Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
I saw the game he said, and it was on top competition. Trust me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we could. This is a wide variety of game or a wide genre to pick from. So
Absolutely.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here we go. So my final pick for action adventure, I know is going to be super controversial.
Ooh.
That's why I'm picking it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's right. No, my pick is none other than Hellblade 2. Combat check, puzzles check. Fits the genre, right? So Hellblade 2,
Yeah.
to me is first off, graphically and audio, it's like the GOAT, right? And I loved the combat because if you wanted vanilla combat, hey, throw that bad boy in easy. You could play this game and not feel the challenge, right? Or you could throw that bad boy on expert like I did and have to charge up your combat meter and do some awesome counters and throw some spears back and all of that good stuff. And I loved this game. The environment check, the story check, the fact that there was the combat. That one-on-one. A lot of people said, "Oh, that one-on-one combat really turned me off." But I love the transition from the one-on-one combat. It wasn't easy to do, and the way they did it, and it felt so natural. Like sometimes you didn't even have to kill the guy that you were fighting; he would die just because other people were fighting around him. Like somebody would throw an axe at him or something, and everybody got executed. There were so many executions in this game; it was so good. The puzzles, obviously, they were all environmental puzzles, puzzles with they're technically mental blocks in her, right?
Mhm.
I love the double, and the thing I love the most about this game is that it makes you think. Like, she suffers psychosis, so those giants aren't real, but what were they? And it makes you have these thoughts, like, oh, it was a volcano, obviously, but she turned it into, into a giant, into an evil giant,
Mhm.
or oh, she's fighting a hurricane. And don't give me that crap. I live in Texas. I have seen people shoot at tornadoes here. So her fighting a hurricane is not that out of the book, okay? I am just saying. Death Dealer lives in Hurricane Vista. I'm sure some people have fired shots at hurricanes over there.
Actually, every hurricane season before a hurricane, usually the day or two before a hurricane's supposed to hit us, the sheriffs go on the news and tell people, please do not shoot at the hurricane.
So there you
Right,
go.
I would,
There
yeah,
you
like,
go.
what good's that gonna do besides maybe come back at you or just go sideways and
I was actually going to say,
hit your
more
neighbor?
often
Wait,
than
wait. Now
not,
that I think about it, I
usually
wish I.
it usually
Yeah.
hits the neighbor's roof. When you shoot in the air like that, it
Oh my
comes
gosh,
back
it's so
down.
dangerous.
Actually, if a hurricane rolled through here, I would actually do that because that would be a good
Yeah.
shot. That would be a good shot. It's you punks over there. Okay.
Someone
anyway,
this year, actually, this last hurricane, some people were talking about actually setting up box fans to try and blow the hurricane in another direction. I don't think
What
it works.
Yeah, so don't
People
give me
do all
that crap.
kinds of things.
Yeah, so exactly. Thank you, Death Dealer. Don't give me that crap that people aren't going to fight the weather. They are. Case in point, America. So,
Yep.
so yeah. So obviously, all of these things were natural disasters that she was quote unquote fighting. These giants. They believe that all these natural disasters were controlled by giants, right? And so I loved the whole aspect of this game because it makes you think, and I love the visual puzzles. You just saw one where she unlocked where you stare at a face,
The faces,
and then,
yeah.
the faces, and it unlocks secret areas. The environmental puzzles were fantastic.
Yeah.
And like I said, I had such a good time with this game. It is. I could not stop talking about this game after I played it. That's Doggy.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah,
Doggy for listening
yeah.
listening to me.
Yeah, we talked about
talk
it
about
for
this
a
game
while.
for like 3 hours.
And that music, remember when we were talking about that music and that one level, like we just
Yeah, where you're
we
fighting.
just watched the whole part.
Where you're fighting the volcano leader. Oh, what was her name?
Yeah.
Iltilga? Yeah, Iltilga.
Yeah, yeah.
When
It
you're
had the
fighting
chains.
Iltilga,
You had to go
how
get
it
the chains.
changes based on how far you are.
Dude, that was so good.
Oh
Yeah,
man, top shelf music, top shelf audio, top shelf visuals,
yeah.
great combat, great puzzles. It is a fantastic game. Everybody should play this incredible action adventure game called Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga. Death Dealer, have you played Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga?
Yes, I have. I do enjoy the Hellblade games. Actually, I like them a lot. So yeah, I've played it. It's a fun game. You covered everything. It's enjoyable, and I can't really add much more to it other than I do like them. They are fun. You are correct.
Absolutely. Let me catch up with the chat here. Oh, that's Silent Cypher. I'm like, what were they talking about there? Okay, never mind. I'm going to say okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness. RGZ, Xbox is definitely my preferred platform, but I play on everything. If you can see the background, I got it all. Here, let me show it here. I got it all. So, and I enjoy games on everything. But yeah, Xbox is my preferred platform, and a great game is a great game, regardless of where it is. Personally, let's see. John 079 says he played Metal Gear Solid and Splinter Cell at the same time as a kid. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Let's see. Jago Coogan says I enjoyed the combat in this game way more than the first game. Right. I love the execution. I thought it was done a lot better. Yes, absolutely. Purple Haze says, "Hey, I nearly hit that tornado. I don't know what you were shooting, but okay." Yeah. RGC says action adventure is such a broad genre, like anything can be that.
Right. That's
yeah.
so yeah.
But
yeah,
we defined it in this show that it must have combat and it must have puzzle elements. And if it has those two things, it's an action, combat, and an adventure game which uses puzzles to move the adventure along. It could be environmental puzzles, any kind of puzzles. So that's how we defined it here, right? To kind of narrow the scope, because we could include literally anything, but we wanted to narrow the scope here. Let's see.
Yeah. It was.
Let's see. It's going to show the hurricane who's the boss. Yeah, absolutely. John Anderson, shotgun would have done the job. Yeah. Let's see. Jiggle, just drop in my tank when hurricanes pop up and fight them that way. Oh. Let's see. If Millennium Dragons ever falls out, that Diller should do mocap for Cinema and Hellblade 3. Absolutely. I really hope. I wish all of my panels nothing but the best in the gaming industry. Of course. Absolutely.
I'd do it for sure.
For sure. I'd do voice work instantly if I was offered the opportunity. Silent Cypher, Hellblade, Senua Saga 2. Did you play it?
Yes. Yes, I really enjoyed it. But before I dive into that, yes, I want to mention what you were talking about. So, yeah, if anyone gets the opportunity, even if you're just like trying to shoot for the moon on a certain part, always put your voice out there. Always apply for any opportunity. If there's like a voice acting role or something, always put your voice out there, because you never know when you might strike a specific chord with someone, and it's exactly what they're looking for. Even if it's like a 1 in a million chance, you don't know if you don't put your work out there, and if you don't say like, hey, this is what I do, this is my scope of work. Never rule yourself out. If you have an opportunity, go for it.
You know, people say that I should do like the WWE, like what that one.
Oh
what
my gosh,
the,
it would be so good as an announcer.
one lady left. What was her name?
The announcer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Samantha. Was it her
something?
name?
Yeah, she was so
Samantha,
awesome,
yeah.
and I ain't near nothing like her. Like she was
She was so good. Yeah.
yeah, legendary. That's so cool. But now they're back to the other lady, but she was cool. You know, I can't remember what her name was. But
There's nothing wrong with her.
Yeah. But man, maybe I should go talk to those guys. You know, hey, you guys told me that. Maybe I should go do it.
That's why you're the announcer for intermission time, which you'll get to hear, everybody. Hellblade 2, doggy.
Oh yeah, Hellblade 2. You guys pretty much covered everything except for let me talk about yeah. So the first game, I thought there was too many of the puzzles, and they were too weird and too crazy, and there wasn't enough combat. Right, so they fixed that with this. Like, there was only like 7 puzzles, like at the most, right? And they even kind of mixed them up. They were kind of different. A couple of them were environmental, right? Like flipping the things, flipping the planes around, where you were stepping and stuff. And then, of course, the lining up the puzzles. But that was even kind of highlighted in yellow. Like it was, it wasn't even like had moss on it. Yeah. So the puzzles were easier. They were cool. They were fun, but they weren't enough to make you just like, to heck with it. The combat, they absolutely tore it up. And you probably mentioned it all, but like the brutality of it, the different, the different strategies to beat different guys. They had different ways they struck. And then it was cool how you went from one guy to another. I thought the combat was cool. Of course, you weren't fighting, more than one person at once, but it still kind of gave you that feel. The combat was great, so it was cool. And, of course, the game looked great. It was cool. There's NPCs in there, great music. And yeah, I mean, it's just perfect game. Yeah, if you haven't played it, of course, it's going to fit right. Even if you have a big backlog, of course, it's 8 hours. It'll fit right in. And if you're one of those people that just press up the whole time, you can beat it in 5 hours, I guess. So, I mean, so there you go.
That's right. No, this game was fantastic. I think Silent stepped off for a second. We still got to get his opinion, but let's read some of the chat here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Jiggle Cook says, "Hell, Marvel's Midnight Suns could be an action adventure game." All right, man.
And I mean, that was the problem.
Bro.
Yeah, that was the problem with this genre. Is so massive so hard to pick.
Death Dealer would be dope at voices. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
great voices. Hence why they're here.
Oh, I've got so many different voices.
Oh, her scary voices are great.
Excellent.
My beautiful wife, Lucia, says, Mr. Doggy, did you hear Mr. Silent Cypher said you should put your voice out there? Absolutely, you should. Yeah. Let's see. Same with Doggy. You have beautiful energy in your voice, bro. Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, brother. Man, you're awesome, John.
I think you'd be a great
John, you're such a positive person. I appreciate all the nice things you say, dude.
And shout out to Abdel114. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real
Yeah, what's up?
MVP.
What's up?
Appreciate you.
Thanks for
Hey.
joining us. Yeah.
Right. Silent Cypher, back to you. So sorry about that. Hellblade 2. You gave us some great advice, and I for some reason I skipped you, and I apologize.
No, you're good. Honestly, you gave me a second so I could get a drink of water, so that was perfect. No, I really enjoyed the Hellblade games so far.
Mhm.
Sacrifice and Saga have both been really good, but I definitely think, especially with the most recent one, it built a lot more on the characters. It kind of opened up the story a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I know that people are complaining a bit about the actual the combat and stuff, but honestly, I felt like the combat was better in this. Like maybe there wasn't as much of it, but I felt like it was more tuned.
Right. Yeah.
In the
definitely
original
better.
game, it felt maybe you guys can tell me, but it felt really kind of annoying.
Yeah,
kind
and it
of
was
frustrating.
samey. It was samey
Yeah.
too. Like it was
The
just
first game was
all...
very hack and slash, whereas this game it was like a spectacle. The combat
Yeah,
was,
there you
and
go.
if
It's
you
a
put it on hard, like
spectacle.
your boy here did, it became strategic.
Yeah, and there was
Yeah.
different strategies to beating different guys. You know what I'm? So yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, they had a good variety. That like axe guys
Yeah.
would be different than spear guys, would be different than sword guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's definitely something I noticed with the first game. Is just there was a lot of the same repetitive occurrence over and over again, which it's fine. It's fine for what it was. It was it was a time and place for that team. They didn't have a massive budget at that point in time, so I get it. But they came out with this one and they really shot for the fences. There was a lot of character development that we hadn't seen previously. The visuals were phenomenal. You play that game on the Series S, you play it on PC, you play it streaming, you play it on the X, whatever. That game looks phenomenal, and it holds up. And it will hold up.
Yeah,
For
it's going to hold up
probably a
10
good
years,
few
20
years.
years from now. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if anyone here in the chat, if you haven't played the game, if you have Game Pass, it's there, obviously. If you have access to PC Game Pass, it's there as well. Even if you end up paying full tilt for the game, the narrative, the character development, the action sequences, everything about this game is very engaging. And I know there's a lot of people out there that kind of gave it a hard critique because, Microsoft had picked up Ninja Theory. Whether you agree that there's a Xbox tax or there's a bias or anything like that out there, play the game. Play the game, see for yourself, see what you think about the game. Personally, for myself, I really enjoyed it, and I thought they did a really good job at expanding on the character and also bringing in some new characters. There's so much with it, too. Like, when you finish the game, I don't want to spoil anything, but when you finish the game, you have the opportunity to go back and play the game through other characters' narratives.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which
That's
is
cool. Yep.
Yeah, right? Like it's a really cool idea, and it's really cool to see because like it changes the approach of the game in general, but also just like it makes it a different experience, and it gives you that replay value that I feel like a lot of games nowadays just don't have.
Right.
And so yeah, I mean, if you haven't played it, I strongly encourage you to play it. It's absolutely worth your time.
And like I said earlier, and I don't know if you was here when I said it, like if you've got a huge backlog, I've actually heard that you can get through this game, Silent Cypher, in 5 hours just by pressing the up button. You just press up.
Yes.
You get through it for 7.5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no, like, you could go to work and rubber band your controller and just complete this thing.
Yeah, so I will I will give a critique in the fact that, like, in regards to the actual controls and stuff of this game, there was a lot of move forward, right, for the controls. Um, I think if I remember correctly, my first run through on this game was right around 6 hours and 55 minutes.
Yeah, mine was
So
8 hours. So yeah.
yeah, so I mean, like you're not talking that much of an investment.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Even if you roam through and you kind of look around and just try to make sure that you're not missing anything, it's not a long experience, but it's a very memorable experience. One way.
It was memorable. Yep.
Yeah.
I like the shortness because it cuts off fluff. I hate fluff. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fine with the.
Yeah.
I was fine with the time. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can
Yes.
just, no matter how big your backlog is, you can fit this one in. So
Absolutely.
Realistically, like we're all getting older. We have less time to actually spend on these games as it is, right? So if you have a game that's between 5 to 8 hours, for us, that's ideal. I'm just going to be completely honest with this. When I was 16 or 17, sure, I had all of the time in the world to spend to prestige characters multiple times in Call of Duty, or play through Diablo over and over again. That's not reality for people in our age range, whether they like it or not. Like that's where we're at. And so
Speak for
5
yourself,
to 8
boomer.
hours is awesome.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding for you, Silent.
It's fair.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, bro. Let's catch up with the chat real quick. I am still amazed with Mr. Silent Cypher's voice. Yes, absolutely.
yeah, he is. Yeah.
Let's see. Jago Coogan says the first games come out was very repetitive and it almost felt like an afterthought. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, this was so well done. And it looks so good with that Unreal 5.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know.
It does.
Everything about it was great. It really was.
RGZ says agreed. I like shorter and great directed experience. Yeah,
Yep.
I do too. So yeah, I'm not going to get off topic today, RGZ. Well, I might add that as a topic to a podcast maybe another day. I see a question,
What do you?
but I'm not going to get off topic today.
Oh.
Okay, Dougie, talk to us about your last action adventure game.
Man, I'm sorry, Jago. Man, I was really gonna put Guardians of the Galaxy on there, but I figured, when it comes to action adventure, I may as well put the king.
The king.
The king of action adventure games, the best Zelda game there ever was. And I know Axel agrees with me too, right? A Link to the Past, the best Zelda game there was, the best action adventure game there ever was. And I was such a fan of the first one. The second game, Adventures of Link, man, it was just, that was a turd. It was a turd. But man, did they redeem themselves with this. And this was even actually originally kind of planned for the NES. Thank God they didn't put it there, and they went with what they had here. Okay, all right. So you could do things in this. I love this. This guy's just using the dash. So there's the dash. You got the dash. You got the diagonal movement. You've got the spin of the charge spinning of the sword. All right. The dungeons were amazing in this game. The bosses were amazing in this game. The graphics were amazing in this game. The music was amazing in this game. It was probably one of the best games ever. When you went to actual puzzles and stuff, when you went into dungeons and stuff, this was the master of puzzles, right? I mean, am I not wrong?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, bro.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong here. But no, yeah, the puzzles and everything. And this was my favorite game back in the day. It's one of my top 5 games of all time. Yeah, you could throw stuff. You could crash enemies right there. No. Anyway, I'm gonna pass it on because there's not, if you played it, it's great. If you haven't played it, what are you doing? So, but yeah, passing it on.
Do it with your life.
Yeah.
With your gaming life.
Yeah. No, one of my favorite games ever. This game reminds me of summer break. If I didn't have a problem with moving my Nintendo Switch, I might go get Nintendo Online and replay this game. Actually, so they should actually come out with achievements for their next game system, rebring this out, and I would actually spend the $70. How about that, Nintendo? You punks.
Yeah, absolutely
This
fantastic.
guy loves his dash. This guy loves that dash. That dash
He does.
Yeah. That dash was an awesome addition to it.
Death Dealer, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Yeah, I did. Excuse me. Sorry. I did play it. One of the better Zelda games. Not really much I can add that Doggy hasn't already said, and that I'm sure everyone else is going to jump on to. Good game. Good pick. Well done. This one I have played.
I actually played it too.
Hey, look at us playing games and stuff.
Silent Cypher, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Oh man, I'm gonna disappoint everyone in here.
Oh,
Sorry. I played it a little bit back in the day, but I just didn't really get into it too much. I got occupied with other things.
Girls.
Well,
Girl.
you know, there's always that. Yes, but no, you know, realistically, I'm gonna let my nerd flag fly. I spent a lot of time on Pokemon, realistically,
Nice.
at that point in time. But more than anything, if I remember correctly, right around this time, I was actually shifting over to PC, and I was spending a bunch of time with Worms Armageddon,
Mhm.
of which I spent an unholy amount of time on that game at that point in time. It was one of the first games where you could actually modify the maps in the game. And so I ended up actually, like, we were making a bunch of custom maps so we could play Worms Armageddon online. And yes, online. So we had to do the horrible dial-up game and do all that fun jazz at that point in time. I never played too much of Zelda besides the original NES version.
Yeah, which that one was, you know, that one was
Yeah.
perfect too.
Golden cartridge. Yep.
This just gave it a coat of paint, made it better, added a nice dark world to it. You know, I forgot to mention the dark world too. You know, so you know,
Yeah.
that was-
Great pick. Okay, well, I'll talk about A Link to the Past. Whoops, hold on. I hit the wrong button. Oh my god. I don't know how to undo what I just did. Go away. There we go. All right, here we go. Now I'll talk about A Link to the Past. Okay. So, let's put this on here. Grass is better than dirt, better than dog poop, better than A Link to the Past.
grass. Yeah, okay, all right.
I'm just kidding with you, dog. Yeah.
Is that you that put that? Yeah,
Yeah, that was me.
Oh man, like why'd you? Okay, I
I'm
was
just
I
messing
was
with
trying
you.
to make it short and sweet and just like,
Shots
you know,
fired.
like, dude, like,
Shots
come
fired.
on.
I'm just messing with you, buddy. I'm just messing with you. No, A Link to the Past. Okay, the third Zelda game and the third best Zelda game there is, but definitely the one that that defines action adventure. All right, the Legend of Zelda series is fantastic. It is, you know, it has that adventure formula to it because you don't level up RPG style. You have to find your weapons by solving puzzles to get equipment to go to the next dungeon by solving puzzles there to get to the next dungeon and repeat, right? So it has that adventure aspect to it. Of course, it has the action in it because Link has a sword and he uses it. He's not afraid to use it. Better stay out of his way. And what a great game. Like seriously, this was this is probably my favorite Super Nintendo game because I love the Legend of Zelda series.
Yeah,
So-
this or Final Fantasy TS is my favorite too.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm looking at my collection right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. This one's definitely my favorite.
And also, see, I see this gameplay, and I just think other stuff. Like you go into these dungeons, and they weren't just like one level dungeons. Like sometimes you'd have to drop down through a certain hole to land somewhere to find that big chest that had that key item, the hook shot. the fire rod, that you needed to get through the game.
Yeah.
And of course, and like you said, each dungeon had a puzzle to it, and you always had to find that master key. I said earlier, too, the master key, because you couldn't open that big chest without the master key, and you couldn't get to the main boss's room without that master key.
Yeah.
Everything was puzzle about it. Like it was, but it did it in a way that didn't make it boring to just too much puzzle. You didn't feel like it was just like blowing, just even the hole, blowing the holes in the wall and stuff. Everything was figuring something out to get to the next thing.
Yeah. And that's what makes this game so fantastic. Like, this is really, it's in the top 3 Zelda games of all time for me. And, I give Doggy a hard time because it's his favorite Zelda game, and it's like in the top 3. Yeah, but I can't deny the greatness. Like, there's no denying the greatness of this game, not just in the Zelda series, but in the action adventure genre, the work it's done for that genre, in my opinion. So yeah, this game is fantastic. Let's see. Zelda is about the sense of adventure, and Link to the Past was the best in that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
and OGZ agrees with Doggy. He says Link to the Past is greater than Ocarina. Oh,
yeah, and nothing against Ocarina. It's just I just like this. That's like the style better. It's just perfect for me.
Yeah. Yeah, this one definitely more Doggy style. Ocarina more my style, of course, right? So yeah, and there's nothing wrong with Doggy's preferred style. I had to put a word in there to clean it up. All right. All right. But with that being said, Doggy, guess what time it is?
Who's gonna take home tonight's grand prize, which is absolutely nothing, but we're gonna find out anyway. It's intermission time with Death
Woo! Take it away, Death Dealer.
I just love the way he says my name. Isn't it fabulous?
It
Someone
is.
really needs to hire him to be an MC somewhere, because he definitely brings the energy, folks. Hint, hint.
Thank you. See? Yeah.
But tonight's game, in case you missed the other 2 rounds, this is your last chance to get in on it and get some points. We are guessing the game that the soundtrack goes with. Basically, it's you guess the soundtrack and guess the game. We're looking for specifics, though, not just franchising. We want a specific game that it's from. So if it's from Resident Evil 5, you can't just say Resident Evil. You got to say Resident Evil 5.
There you
Any
go.
questions, comments, or concerns, you can send them to someone else who will read them or possibly care.
I love it. And Doggy, sum up the score for us so far.
Yeah, we got Noof. Noof, 2 points with the lead. We got a deadlock here. 1.5 for Death Dealer. I got 1.5. Louise has got 1.5. MJ Dark has 1 point. Nooftorious 1 point. Jaco Kukin 1 1/8 point. Dreadpool. No, it's not Final Fantasy Tactics. You got 0.5 point. And Pink Pickles, you have 0.5 point. It's still wide open. Anybody could take the last 2 and bring home the ultimate prize of absolutely nothing. That's right. You may use it a little, and you may not use it a lot, but you'll still love it. It's absolutely nothing. That's right. And you can win it here tonight on the Iconic Video Games Podcast.
I love the way it sounds. But actually, there is a prize today. Silent Cypher has decided to donate something to the game. Silent, take it away, brother.
Yeah, so whoever ends up winning this will get a $20 gift card. Preferably Xbox, but wherever you play games, we'll make it work. Just reach out to me and we will get it sorted out.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to need for everyone to do. You're going to donate me your points. I'll take those points.
All right.
Wow, that is what a generous
That is awesome. That is
That is cool.
fantastic.
Man, Tyler's
Have a round of applause for you. That's amazing.
All right, so Noof right now is the
All
winner,
right,
but let's see if
so-
anybody can dethrone him.
Let's see. So yeah, we got Noof's in the lead by a half a point so far, but everybody's in the running. Everybody's in the running here.
Yes,
So everybody,
absolutely.
go.
All right, here we go. All right, so guess the trailer. Here we go. Let me turn down my volumes over here. Okay, so I'm going to play a trailer, the audio to the trailer, and you have to tell me which game it is and specifically which game it is. So
Now
if
we're
you
going
just
specific
guess
this time. Yep.
If you just guess the series, you get a half a point. But if you guess the game, you get a full point. Everybody ready? Everybody ready?
Let's ready.
Here we go, guys. Remember, you cannot guess until I
Yeah,
pause
no
the video.
guess. Yep.
Here we go.
Not bluffing. It's time to tip the odds back in our favor.
Ooh.
Sweep the city, find him, and take him out.
Okay.
Oh my god.
By the way, I saved the hardest for last, as I always do.
Yeah.
What do you got? Take a guess. $20 are on the line.
I'm not looking
$20
at
gift
that
card.
either, just for no. Yeah, I don't want to see him.
Take a guess. Any guess.
Wow.
Is your mic muted?
No, I'm thinking. Sorry.
Hey, play that one again. That was good. I knew he was gonna come.
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
I knew he was gonna come with the.
Let's do that
Can I
again.
hear it again?
Do that
All
again.
right,
Let's
all
do
right,
it
just
again.
because it's
Let's do it
difficult.
again.
Shout out to my wife. She's guessing Call of Duty.
Yeah. Woo! I love it. All right, let's do this again.
All right, hold
Play
on.
it
Here we go.
again,
We're
Sam.
doing it again. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Not bluffing. It's time to tip the odds back in our favor. Sweep the city, find him, and take him out.
Okay. Death Dinner, what do you got?
I'm
it's an
gonna
action
say,
adventure game, by the way.
no, wait, no. I'm gonna say Call of Duty. No, okay, I'm not. I'm out. I got nothing.
Okay, Silent Cypher, what do you got?
Okay, so here's the thing. I know it's not Call of Duty, but God, I have no idea. Turok of some sort.
Okay, Turok. Doggy, what do you got?
I got nothing, but I'm still gonna go with Battlefield Bad Company 2. Why not?
Okay, all right, here we go. So let's check in with the
I
chat
know
real
that's
quick.
not right,
Just
but-
Cause 4, Call of
Ooh,
Duty,
okay.
Far
okay.
Cry, Red Dead Redemption. Let's see, God of War 6 or Gears of War 6. I think he meant.
Gears of War.
Call of Duty Blops. Let's see.
Yeah.
It's something with UK accent. Yeah, my wife picked it up. She's very close. RGC says Battlefield Bad Company.
Yeah, hey, who said that? Yeah, at least
Call of
you're on
Duty
the
6.
same field as me. Who said that?
All right, here we go. We ready?
Yeah, now I want to know.
All right, I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit. Here we go.
Yeah, RGZ. I would have guessed that in a million years.
Oh, get lost.
Wait, what was it?
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Oh, you didn't see what
Uncharted.
it was.
Uncharted 2.
Oh, to Among Thieves.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that at all.
Action adventure, guys. Action adventure. Here we go. Nobody got any points. Oh man,
What?
looks like he's gonna take the W here. What's on your mind, Death Dealer? What's on your mind?
That doesn't even. Okay, see, I've
Yeah.
played I've played Uncharted. There is no freaking way that there's what the.
It feels like the
was
third party
close.
dub of
That
that
was
that game.
That was absolutely like a fourth party dub that was like 3 times removed and the person had no idea. What? I can't. Yeah, no wonder it's stumped Everett. Nobody got it.
I'm a death dealer. I'm a
That
club
voice
death dealer.
acting,
Club death-
that voice acting doesn't even sound legit. It sounds,
picked it
it
up, it was
sounds like an
British.
off-brand version.
Axel, that was
all the
complete garbage.
machine gun fire and everything. I was expecting like a full-on like war zone, not
Hey,
Uncharted.
Death Dealer. It sounded like Earth Defense Force. It sounded like that budget, not Uncharted.
It could, I'm so confused.
And the funny part is, I got that trailer direct from PlayStation's YouTube
God.
channel. So, ha!
PlayStation says it all right there. Enough said.
Quality,
Enough said.
greatness awaits.
Is that
Yeah,
fragrance?
actually, it does.
A fragrance.
Check it out. Check it out.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
I don't have the
Oh,
faintest
this
idea.
hurts.
PlayStation.
Let me see.
Well, you should. Yeah, you should have played that at the
Oh,
end.
I stand by.
Oh
my
no.
I think that's it. Okay, there you go, guys.
All right. Well, yep. Moving on.
All right, let's
You're
check
fired,
in.
though. You're fired now, though. You're fired.
My wife wants more. Dreadful at the
Hey,
end. Here.
we're making him
Let's
play
try to
another
kill
one. He's gonna have to.
Yeah,
do,
no, that doesn't count.
No, it's Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah. RGZ said, "Wow, I thought about Uncharted." Yes.
Hey.
Justice for Death Dealer, give her a quarter point. Yeah, let's see.
All right, quarter point.
Let's see.
That's
The
it.
person
I'm
recording
giving-
that recorded it from his monitor, a 1990s boombox on tape.
Yes.
Death
Yeah.
Dealer now has 1 3/4.
Oh,
points.
Dreadful brought it up. Deceptive practices. Oh,
Right.
look at this.
Yeah. What's this?
All right. Now I can tell you right now, nobody has even mentioned this game on this next one.
Okay.
No one has mentioned this game, and I don't think any of you can even come close to guessing this game
Well, if it's anything like the last one, you're probably right.
because there's absolutely no voices in this game.
Oh,
It's all music. Are you ready?
what?
Man, come on, man.
Okay. Let's.
Just start thinking of what your choice is going to be. Are you ready, guys?
Final Fantasy Tactics.
As ready
Yeah,
as
Final
I'm
Fantasy
done.
Tactics. Nobody has
Right.
guessed
I'm
this
drunk.
game yet so far. Freaking dreadful. Here we go.
Oh, you said it, dude.
What do you got, Death Dealer? Death Dealer's muted. I don't know what she's saying. She might be cursing.
Little nightmares.
Okay. I'm going to tell you no. You're going to get another guess. We'll come back around.
Okay.
Silent Cypher, what do you got?
Man, I have nothing. This is
Well, you got to give a guess so we can
PlayStation.
eliminate them.
oh god.
I know you're never going to get this.
Yeah, this sounds like an RPG that I was not interested in.
I can tell you.
Chrono Trigger.
No. Doggy, what do you got?
What'd you say when he said something about RPG? What was you? I could tell you it's what? What'd you say?
What did I say? What? I didn't say nothing. What
He
are you talking
said something about a RPG, and you said I could tell you it's.
about? I can tell you that Silent Cypher is never going to guess it.
I'm thinking. Hopefully, we get to hear this again. Like,
Yeah,
and everybody
we'll-
can have it. Okay, but I'm gonna go. But my first guess is Ori and the Blind Forest.
No.
Ah,
Very
No.
close.
I know that's
No,
probably out
no,
of the
no,
thing,
no,
but
no.
All right. So let's see. Final Fantasy IX, no. Little Nightmares, no. Ratchet and Clank, no.
Ratchet and Clank,
Fantasy
that was
Star
the best
Remake,
guess.
a great game,
Yeah,
but
that's
no.
yeah,
Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, no. The X-Files games, okay, you're getting close. Aliens, think Aliens. Okay, you're getting close. Final Fantasy 111, no. Infinite Undiscovered, I have no idea what that is. Grabbed by the Ghoulies, no. Star Ocean, think Space. Space
no,
is good,
these
okay.
are RPG. Yeah, RPGs.
right.
Yeah.
Star Ocean, yeah. Give us a hint. What generation? Give us a
Yeah,
hint.
there
What
you go.
generation?
That's a good.
Okay.
Yeah. Give us a hint,
What
man. Come
generation?
on, man.
Think, think
Yeah.
We need a 20 questions version
What
of
is-
this.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, I'll give you guys a
Somebody
hint.
needs to
Okay.
get this. Somebody needs to
Okay.
get this. Yeah. Somebody needs to get this. Somebody's in the chat needs to get this.
Hold on. It went quiet. Are we
This
doing the
game
20
came
questions?
out for the what generation? What generation was it? Shoot.
See, you don't
What
even
generation
know.
was it? I don't even know what it. Right, we're on the 9th generation now, right? I don't even remember. Okay, it came
Yeah,
out in 2002.
Okay, so that was PS2.
PS2, Xbox, GameCube.
Star Ocean?
We already said no to Star Ocean.
Dang it.
All right, here we go. I'm playing it again.
Yeah, limited.
And my wife is right. It is a sci-fi game. My favorite genre.
Oh yeah, you said it was. You said space. Okay.
Like aliens.
Okay, so this is PlayStation focus. This is PlayStation. This isn't
PlayStation, Xbox, GameCube. PlayStation, Xbox.
Unlikely that it's Xbox.
Okay. That's it. What do you got?
Star Fox.
Okay. Silent Cypher, what do you got?
Space.
Dude, I don't even know. Like a
How are you
fantasy
gonna
star
tell me
thing.
my answer's wrong when you don't even know?
I'm not.
No,
I'm not
but
anything towards your answer.
But that's
Yeah,
that's
I said he's
that's not
shaking
the
his-
audio. That's not the audio of Star Fox.
Are you sure though?
Yes. This is
The Nintendo
this
hater
anime.
knows it's Star
I know
Fox,
what it is.
okay?
Better.
No,
you guys
this is
get it
is
in the
anime.
chat. I know what this is.
I guarantee you, there's
I know
some
what
sort of
this is.
anime or something.
Somebody got
This
it in the
is-
chat.
I mean, it's Japanese, if that's what you're asking.
Starfield. No, can't. No. So you said 2002,
Starfield.
right? I know what this is.
I don't
Okay,
know.
okay, hold on. Okay.
I know what this is after.
All right.
he knows
Beyond
List.
Good,
I
Good
know
and
what it
Evil, XCOM, Alien versus Predator, Potato. I don't know. Starfield, Men in Black. Doggy, what's your guess?
2002, right?
Yes.
So that means that was the GameCube era, right?
Yeah. The PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube.
So I would have to say space would probably mean that was Metroid Prime.
Let's see who got it.
Is that right?
Woo!
Yeah.
Doggy got it, baby.
You know
job.
what? And
Good
you know
job.
what? If you can do another one of these real fast, let somebody else win. So, like, if you can make another one, let somebody else win that. Let somebody
It
else
takes
have
me
that.
like 10 minutes to make one.
Ah, man.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
These
who
take time
was-
to make.
Okay, so who was the next up?
Doggy, give yourself a point. Give us the final tally, baby.
Okay, well, okay, yeah. So I had 2.5. Death Dealer had 1 3/4.
Yes.
Noof had 2. Jago had 1 1/8. Nooftorious had 1. MJ Dark had 1. Silent Cypher had a half. Dreadpool had a half, and Pink Pickles had a half.
So I'm hearing Noof.
Yeah, so Noof was
Yeah.
Noof was behind me. Yeah,
No, you
so-
got 2.5, didn't you, Doggy?
I got 2.5. I say, I say, like, can we do something quick? Like, just something for somebody in the chat to win it. Like, can we do
Yeah,
something
yeah.
quick? Can we do
Yeah,
something
sure,
quick?
sure.
Yeah, something
All right,
quick.
Doggy wants to
for
donate
somebody
his win. All right, I'll take it.
Right.
I'm
What-
just
yeah,
kidding.
but somebody in the chat, or even like one of you guys, that's fine. But like, do something else. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are still here. You got your chance to win a $20 card.
Okay, I know exactly what I
Cool
want
with
to do. All right, you ready?
Yeah, we
Ready?
just do whatever. Yeah.
Hmm.
The chat deserves it more to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't
See, the
know.
thing is, the chat has to type.
It's all right. Yeah.
The thing is, the chat has to type. So I don't know exactly what to do.
No pressure.
Yeah. So, can I do a random wheel? A wheel of randomness?
Yeah,
Those-
see if you can just do
Yeah,
we can just do that.
Wheel of random.
Yeah, and put
Wheel
put Death
of
Dealer on there
randomness.
and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm.
I just
Don't
yeah.
put me on there. That's not fair. I'm part of the
That's
family.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I want chat to win.
Dreadpool's out too because I'm married to that guy.
Okay, guys, if you want to be included in the oh my gosh, what did I just do? Okay.
No! No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I can't see what you do.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes I don't know what I do. All right, so if you want to be included in the wheel, type the number 1. Type the number 1 if you want to be part of the pick.
Yep, you're still in the chat and you want to win a $20.
Type number 1 in the chat.
No.
Type
You don't want to win
number
$20.
1 in the chat, and I will add you to the wheel.
Wheel of misfortune.
The Wheel of Death. You never know, man. They can put you on the Wheel of Death. You might owe us $20. You know, that's the wrong way.
All right, let's see.
I
got
charge more
RG.
than that. I'm just saying.
All right, yeah, we got RGC, we got
got my wife,
Jago, Louise,
Vian.
Dreadpool, Pink Pickles.
Let's see. We got Jago,
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let me sure.
Kukin,
So you got RGZ, Jago,
Dreadpool.
Blindy Windy.
Let's see. Pink Pickles,
Yeah, Pink Pickles, Abdel,
Abdel 114.
or
Did you put
Splendiferous
Splendiferous on
again.
there?
Splendiferous disqualified himself because he put too many ones. You put more than one, you're out of here. No, you're out of here. Nope. No, just kidding.
No, don't do that to my.
No, we ain't doing it. I love it. Splendiferous is awesome, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's
Yeah.
a good guy. Type
He's
1
actually-
in the chat if you want to be part of the wheel. Type the number 1 if
Splendiferous.
you want to be part of the wheel.
Splendiferous actually gave us some awesome gameplay to put on Retro Renegades one time. This guy can play some tough, old school, tough games and he's awesome, old school retro gamer. So, yeah,
Yeah.
and he's awesome dude too. So yeah, good luck to everybody. I wish you all could win, but you guys deserve it more than I do. So, because you guys,
Oh, here we go.
you
Shout
guys
out
had
to
to listen to
Rock
me. So.
Star Ear. Thank you so much for
Rock-
being here. You are
yeah,
the
yeah, there you
MVP.
go.
So Rock
All right.
Star Air is in. All right, I'm gonna give everybody to the end of this song. If you don't type the number 1, you're out.
We got Game Kings classic reviews with the one.
All right, Game Kings is in. All right. And shout out to you, Game Kings. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
All right, let's see. Who else we got? Song's almost over.
I know, yeah, it's into the saxophone and stuff, man. We've ever yeah.
Actually, I kiss the winner. I am not kissing anybody. Every time I kiss my wife, I am the winner.
Come on. You have to come all the way over here to Utah and give me a big old smooch on the side of the cheek.
All right, here we go.
All right, the
All right.
wheel of
Random. All right, I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. I don't use this app, so let's hope it works good. Everybody see their name. All right, here we go. Let's see who gets the $20 gift card.
Abdel!
Nice.
Oh, shout out to you. Woo!
Yes.
Here we go. Reach out to Silent Cypher. Silent Cypher, tell me how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, so Abdel, I'm pretty sure you've messaged me previously, but hit me up on Twitter, or you can hit me on Xbox, just Silent Cypher, and I will get you all taken care of. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats and
Congratulations,
thank
absolutely.
you, Silent Cypher. That was so nice of you. You're
Yes,
awesome.
thank you
dude.
so
I
much.
mean, like you're awesome, man. And it was so cool having you on the show. Like, what a great guest.
Thank you for having me.
It's cool.
Hopefully I wasn't a nightmare to wrangle in for you.
Yeah, no, but no, that was a fun show. You're awesome. Yeah. Who knows? You might just be the voice of the show. Here we get some voices.
Yeah,
here.
we're gonna do some
You'll
voice
take over
work
my
over
job.
here.
Yeah, you'll take over. You'll be the new intermission time guy. I have to get
No, I can't hit those high notes at all.
But no, man, it was cool, man. You're a good dude. Thank you very much for joining us. Great talking.
Absolutely. With that being said, Silent Cypher, tell the chat where they can find you.
All right. Well, thank you, first of all, for all of you guys having me on the show this evening. Chat, you guys rocked it. It's great to see a bunch of familiar faces. Always awesome to see you guys out and about. And yeah, as far as you can find me on Xbox. I'll be playing some Call of Duty this weekend since we have a long weekend. Yes, yay, long weekends. Besides that, you'll find me on Xbox International Podcast on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will find me on Breakfast with Boom and Friends on Friday morning on Double Barrel Gaming. And besides that, you'll catch me in a couple weeks on Fright Night with Ferocious Fee at, I think it's 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Keep an eye on my Twitter. I'll post all the details, but that'll be right after Thanksgiving. It's going to be Black Friday on that one. I'm not sure what movie we're going to be doing, but I will keep you guys updated. But thank you again for having me. It's been a lot of fun. It's great to see all you guys again, and hopefully we'll do it again soon.
Absolutely. And thank you again so much for donating that $20 gift card.
Oh, you're awesome, man.
That's awesome. But of course, guys, we wouldn't be able to do this show without you guys, the chat. And that's why you guys, the chat, will always be the MVP to all of the shows here on the Iconic Video Games channel. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm Axel1324.
I'm Death Dealer.
And I'm Doggy Dog 420.
And we'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.